What's going on, Will?
Not much, man.
We got Will here. We got Mike, of course, and Eric Cartman.
I see the questions in your eyes. I know what's weighing.
Is this Will in the shower?
Oh,
Damn.
I'm singing to you.
Hey.
I know my heart.
So what's up, everybody? This is the Open Your Minds podcast. Fuck, I'm loud. I am DJ Lou. Will, what's up, bro? How you been, man?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fucking awesome.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man, anytime, dude. I mean, unless you suck, then you can't come back in. Just kidding. Eric,
Sorry,
what
Will.
up, man?
Hey, what's going on?
How you been, bro?
Good, man.
So we're talking about women today, man. Damn, what can we say about women? Like the shit they got to go through, right? It's crazy. So when we talk about women, how hard is it nowadays being a beautiful woman? You know, the standard of beauty. You know, you got to be skinny, you got to have straight teeth, nice hair, big boobs, big butt, not too tall, makeup, shaved legs, bikini eyes, or bikini wax, eyebrows waxed, nails done, smell good, act girlish. You can't be smart, you can't burp
Or fart.
right? And then you can't, you know, it's just, you can't have, you can't let out gas because it's insulting, you know, it's like you're disgusting, you're like Shrek if you fart and shit, you know what I mean? You know, it's hard being a woman nowadays. You guys don't really get that. Neither one of you don't understand what's going on. And also, not to mention having to have a baby, getting pregnant, getting stretch marks and shit. You're all flabby. Nobody wants you after that. It's disgusting. So being a woman is like one of the toughest things. But why do you guys think women have to do all this? I mean, what's the point? Like, what are they trying to prove?
I want to stick that one. Step up to the plate, guys.
I'm gonna go with Eric. Why do you think women, you know, they just can't get their mindset that you don't need to do all this shit? You know, you're beautiful the way you are. You know, yellow teeth like in England, dude. That shit's hot,
TV, man. I mean, they're brought up like that. You know,
right? Since knee high. Get closer to the mic.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And
I'm gonna turn you up a little.
And they groom them pretty young.
Yeah, they
I
do.
mean, if you see the Disney Channel, I know we touch on this a lot, where you see like, what is it, Miley Cyrus?
Yep.
Did she start with Disney, or was that?
Yeah,
Yep.
so
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, if you look at her now, you know, it's all that twerking, and I mean, if you see it, it's pretty gross.
yeah,
It's pretty nasty, man. I mean, it seems like society has this, but did it really start there, or where do you think it started?
You know what? I think it started like for myself, my daughter, man. I mean,
You got a daughter, that's right.
Yeah, you know, my ex, you know, telling her, you know, how to dress and already, you know, about guys and stuff like
Was
that.
she taking her to get her nails done at like age 2?
Nah, she does, but they get the nails done.
And
you
she's
know,
young?
Yeah, she's young. You know, she's only 9.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
Does she
but-
have a cell phone?
She has a cell phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So it definitely starts at an early age.
Yeah.
Will, how do you feel about that? Do you think, if you had a daughter, would you think that's appropriate?
At 9 years old, I don't think she should be having a phone. You know, back when I was 9, I was out playing with my friends, riding bikes. When the street lights came on, you came in.
Yeah.
You know, nowadays, kids are never going to know the struggle that we went through. I
Do
mean,
you
we're
have
not that
kids?
old. No, I don't,
Okay.
unfortunately. But
Okay.
but when we were younger, you know, we didn't have cell phones. Our
Hide and
parents
seek.
barely had cell phones. Yeah. But now these kids have so much technology, they don't know the structure of really how to work for things.
Beautiful, yeah,
So-
definitely. And then it's like women, the different types of women I've met. I've dated a lot of women before, and you have those that are just like they're being mistreated, and they're like cool with it. They want the dude to mistreat them, and I go,
Right.
what the? This dude like treats you like you're a punching bag, and you're cool with it, you know? And I don't understand that. Like, and you have different types of women, and we have to like correlate with them, try to figure out what they're about. You know, the ones that hate you after you bone them, you know, you get drunk with them, and then the next day they're all pissed off, and they go to their friends, and they're all fucking crying and shit about it, you know?
But they still love them.
And later that night, they're back in the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next
Yeah.
night.
Back to the punching bag thing. I think a lot of women really honestly believe that they can change a man or people.
gosh.
And I think it's kind of like that saying goes, you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Right.
but yeah, you know, when you're stuck in your ways, and it goes both ways. You know, I mean, I've seen men that are more sensitive than women. You know, they get heartbroken after breaking up and things like that. So it does definitely go both
I
ways.
can change him. You don't know him like I do.
Yeah, right, Will. Yeah.
Don't even start.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Wait. Will, did you punch your chick or what?
No,
man?
No,
not like
no.
Nah, no domestic violence
Nah.
here.
No, but
Have you ever punched a chick? Because I have.
I've ever punched a chick?
She stabbed me in the back with a pen. What do you want me to do?
Well, the only way I'll ever hit a chick is if she hits me first, and she's
Right.
putting herself in the man's. Man, you hit me, it's on.
Was her name Janae Rice?
No.
Fucking guy. Wow.
But don't be bringing that up. We'll get into that later.
What
Yeah, I
about
guess so.
women that who are sexually abused, so they hate sex. You know.
Yeah.
I've had that happen where
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
with a chick and we're in the bed, and I'm not trying to get too graphic here, but she just started crying. I'm like,
Yeah.
did I do something wrong?
This
Like,
is awkward.
Yeah.
yeah.
No, that starts when they're younger, though, because a lot of girls, I don't want to sound to me, but if they get raped by a sibling or a family member, it's not that they don't love you, but it's just whenever they try to have sex or be intimate with you, it brings back old memories.
Oh,
and it
definitely.
scares them.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's not that they don't want to do it, but give them their time and they'll
Yeah.
come around.
Yeah,
So-
most definitely. They've got to feel comfortable. You
Yeah,
know, I think
right.
that's the most thing with women that men don't understand is that they want you to hold them and be there, even if they don't make logical sense. Because
Right.
this is what I argue with my wife often. I'm like, look, men are very rational, and all the women laugh, of course. But I think men are much more rational. Like, if my wife comes to me with a certain problem at her job or something, to me, I'm like, well, what do you want me to do about it?
Right.
I can't do anything to fix it. And I think a man's mentality is like, we want to help, we want to fix things, and when we can't, when it's something emotional
Right.
or with feelings, we just gotta, okay, babe, okay.
Yeah.
And it's difficult for us to do that because we're just so hard-headed sometimes, and we just
Oh,
don't
yeah.
get it. I mean, it comes down to the genetic makeup of males and females. We have testosterone, they have estrogen,
Right.
You know, but how do you?
What do you guys think about gold diggers?
Oh, man.
None of those in Orange County, right?
Oh, no.
Nah, I ran into a couple of those, you know, asking for tattoos and stuff.
Oh,
like that, you
man.
know?
That was a bad trip.
Yeah.
Want to buy me a drink?
Yeah.
No,
You want
You know,
jump in it, dude. Let me hear something.
especially after sex, you know, like they roll over and be like, yeah, can I get a tattoo? It's only $200, you know what I mean? Like,
That's the worst right
Yeah,
there.
it's
It's like, what the?
They've actually asked you that?
yeah, they actually asked me that.
And I could witness that. I was there. Well, not there.
Well, not, yeah.
you know
yeah.
what I mean.
What were you
yeah.
doing
With the
there?
camera.
I was
Tag team buddies or what, yo?
no, I was a couple rooms down, and after that, you know, girls think that just because they sleep with you, they can get whatever they want.
Well, that's what society kind of tells them. I mean, doesn't it? I mean,
Yeah,
can you really
yeah.
blame women when you have music, you have these music videos, and
Right.
they're glorifying, you know, skimpy outfits and things like that, and the man's always, you know, rich and the one in control.
Right.
And to counter that for us guys who are just
Yeah.
attacking women, like,
Yeah.
damn, isn't it like a 50-50 trade? I mean,
Oh,
they say prostitution, it's so disgusting, but don't we do that every day when we take a chick out to go get some grub or go shopping? Or it's the same exact thing. You're giving
Right.
them goods for a service.
Right.
But you're
I-
investing in your stomach too.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly.
See what I'm
So
saying?
there's two ways of looking at things, and I think it's awesome that we can
Yeah.
discuss it. I know there's, you know, a lot of mixed emotions out there because there's people online that listen, you know, and they're like, what? I want to call in. So I'm just like, let's talk about it. Let's break it down because I love women, dude. I love them.
Oh, of course.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
They're hot, you know, they're lovable, squeezable. They're doing so many things to do with them. But what about women who are tomboys? You guys dig chicks that like play sports?
I mean,
He said, ugh.
If it's volleyball with some spandex,
no, you know what I mean. Girls can play sports,
Yeah.
but as long as they
I could play.
turn it off and on. You know, if they want to be really good at softball, that's cool. But when you take them out, you know, I don't want to go out with a girl that looks like a guy. You know, do your hair, put on some girl clothes. You know, if you want to be softball, there's great softball players, but
Yeah.
there's also cute softball players as
What
well.
do you mean, man? What are you talking about?
It's
I'm
like-
sexy.
it's like it's like playing roles. You know, when you're in the softball, you know,
Yeah.
you're in your attire. If you're going out on a date, you know, obviously it's different attire. You know,
Right.
make an attempt or something like that.
Right.
I'm not saying you have to go all out and spend, you know, hundreds and
No.
all kinds of money and makeup. I personally believe that women look much more beautiful with just less makeup.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
because sometimes they look older when they should be looking younger, and that's what a lot of women get away with. And
But
have
just
you
be
guys?
yourself, man. Be,
Yeah. Oh, of course.
Be who you are. Like,
I mean, this is a very complex
A lot of-
issue because there's a lot of double standards.
Oh,
a lot of women are selling themselves though to be this, you know, mark of beauty, ego. What is it? Icon. You know, look at Pamela Anderson. Let me show you guys this picture right here. Remember Pamela Anderson, the sexiest woman alive?
Could you do it before and after?
Well, you already stole my bit, but yeah, I mean, look at her. She's not. I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
no.
This is not her. I'm just kidding. This
I was
is
about to say.
this is a Photoshop, but this is what she really looks like now, and this is her at a marathon, and you know,
No makeup.
no makeup. You know, that's the thing. I'm not trying to at all attack her, even though I think what she did was like prostitution. She sold her looks for a price, and
Right.
you know, a lot of movies with her boobs pressed up and all that.
But do women have other options?
That's the thing. It's like,
I mean-
what are women about nowadays? Are they about wanting to be the next doctor, the next person to cure cancer, or are they that person that just wants to get rewarded for their beauty? You know, is that Kim Kardashian? Is that something that we should hold as a standard? It's ridiculous. She has done nothing but show women how to be naked. It's filth.
The funniest thing about that is that so many women, degrade her. Oh, Kim, she's such a whore. She's such this. But yet they follow her on Instagram. They like the way she dresses. Her little kid's so cute. So it's and that's just women and that's just men being. I don't know.
I think it starts with a father. And let's talk about desperate women. Desperate women that chase after dudes. They never had that father figure, so they're looking for someone to replace. You guys want to say something on air? What's with the whispering, man? You guys want to bring up a chick or what?
No. Go finish your.
So when a girl doesn't have a father, like a lot of girls out there, they cling on to a guy. So when you talk about desperation, how many people are getting screwed in society because they get pregnant at an early age? They want to keep a dude, hold the dude down. Have any of you guys had a women like this, encounter women like this?
Trap.
I mean, I think I've dated like one girl that, father figure wasn't really there. But
Dated a lot.
You did a lot.
Well, what was the main differences that you could right off the bat kind of tell compared to other women that you might have dated that did have a father figure or both parents in the picture, whereas this one did not?
That she was looking more towards, like, she wanted me to, like, I don't know, like, I guess be that father figure. Like, she wanted to impress me. She wanted me to like everything that she does in life and stuff like that. And it's kind of like,
like
I
a
just
support
want you to
system
be
in a
you.
way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's ask a woman's point of view. Eva, what up?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Are you listening to the show live or are you just bugging?
I'm listening to it live.
Cool. So from a woman's point of view, when you were growing up, were you like, did you have a good father figure role model, or were you just stuck on like, I need a boyfriend?
Oh, no, I had a wonderful father figure.
Did he spank you?
We weren't really bad kids. So
You weren't what?
I never recalled
kids.
getting spanked.
And why were you not bad kids? Did they teach you not to be a bad kid?
I went to Catholic school, so I had the fear of God put in me.
Oh, there we go.
Religion. That's
There
a good
we
one.
go. Yeah.
And what could you tell the males out there that, mistreat women, that, don't really have respect? We call them hoes and bitches and you get my 40 ounce and get, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I think it's absolutely disgusting, but I do also believe that women have a tendency to put themselves in that position.
Right.
What do you think about that? Well, do you think she's right or she's totally wrong? I mean, it's a man's world. James Brown said it himself.
I think a man should respect a woman at all times, but then I also feel that there's some women out there that just kind of, I don't want to say they're clingy, but
advantage.
you should also, guys should go out with their guy friends and girls should have girlfriends. You should have
Guy
your own
time.
personal space.
For sure.
Because if you're with each other every single day of the week, you're going to get sick of each other.
Not only that.
I wholeheartedly, I believe in that. I think that there should be a separation.
Right.
Yeah, most definitely on that.
Because I strongly believe that guys need their guy time and women need their women time.
Give me my space.
But, I'm not your atypical whiny ass woman. And Lou knows it from my postings and stuff. We haven't physically met, but we have spoke on the phone before.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you play any sports?
I'm sorry?
Have you played any sports in your
Hold
lifetime?
on a second. Let's ask another female. Let's ask Julia. What do you think? Julia, are you there? Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, what do you think about the show? Do you think that us guys are pervs and we just want to see you guys all naked?
I don't know. It depends on the situation. Not everybody is, but sometimes girls can say something or wear certain clothes that will,
There we
I
go.
don't know,
That's
make
it.
people think that they're all about the sex.
That's it right there.
But do women really have options when they go to a certain store and that's what's in, that's what's trendy, that's what, these models, actresses, and movie stars are wearing? I mean, obviously you want to be like your idol. Men want to be like basketball stars or NFL stars. So can you really blame them, or do they need to boycott certain stores?
Go ahead, Eva. Eva, take that one.
It's a matter of
Showing
choice,
hard.
is it not?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
It's a matter of choice, is
I
it not?
agree with that on that one.
If you wanna follow the whole Kardashians, then you're gonna shop like the Kardashians.
Yeah,
And you'll beg, borrow, steal, and sleep with that guy. Oh, can you take me to Nordstrom's to go shopping instead of a tattoo, you know.
Yeah, but my deal with that is, I mean, if you get treated like a Kardashian or how they look, stuff like that, I mean, is that, you know, how do you feel about that? Because if you're gonna wear stuff like that, and you know they're gonna treat you like that.
Great point.
Personally, I think it's degrading.
Of course. Remember back in the days when women were actual whores on the street? They would dress in these stockings. They would dress in these outfits that were like, hey, I'm a whore. I need some money. Come pick me up so I can show you a good time.
Right.
Well, today you got 12-year-old little girls wearing this shit. Even I seen 8-year-old girls. It is ridiculous to see what's going on, and no one's stopping it. No one's saying anything. Where did this start from? Every girl I see is wearing these fishnets, these tights, and now they got little designs like Star Wars on them or Pikachu. It's like, what the? These are underwear. These are undergarments. What are you wearing? Julio, have you ever wore any of this type of product?
No, I personally feel comfortable.
That's the thing that they say, though. I'm like, why do they wear that? It's comfortable. They say it's comfortable. You say it's uncomfortable. Yet you see these girls pulling these wedgies out of their freaking twats. It's like, what the fuck? Why are you wearing that if these shorts are all up in your ass, you know?
Just like the whole phenomenon with the yoga pants and the leggings. I mean, they didn't really have that around when I was in high school or junior high. But there's schools that the principals are straight up like, yo, we're banning that because the kids are getting boners. The teachers are getting, it's a distraction, you know. And I really think it is, because when they're wearing this, it's pretty much like spandex.
Right.
It's very, very body forming.
It's the attention. They want the attention. I think deep down, even though a lot of them say they don't want it, I mean, we see girls walking around all the time. You know, it's like it's freezing out there. What the hell are you doing wearing, you know, that little mini skirt? You know,
I think it starts with the parents.
For sure.
You know,
Of course.
if you don't have the balls to tell your daughter how to dress and she ends up not right, then that's on you.
But then they get all fucking mad when you touch them, you know? Like there's a girl at the club and you touch her because you look and you see this temptation going on and they freak out.
Yeah. Don't dress like that if you don't want the attention, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy. But I don't know. Eva, what about you? What do you think about women wearing this? Because there's a lot of women going, it's my right to wear what I want to wear. You can't say nothing about it. If we decide to wear this, that doesn't give you a right to have sex with us. It's like, but
You should control yourself.
yeah.
It's a woman's right to wear what she wants to wear. Yes.
Oh, here we go.
But as far as a child, absolutely not.
Right.
I think
Correct.
The responsibility falls on the parent.
Exactly.
Now,
Where are they
son-
getting their
my-
money from, right?
My son once told me that if his daughter ever wears shorts that shows her ass cheeks, he will start wearing those just to embarrass her.
I seen something like that on Facebook.
Yeah.
But to counter what you were saying about where do they get these clothes from, one of my friends, she would say she'd go to her friend's house and
and
she would
change.
change clothes.
Yeah,
That reminds-
that's bad.
Sneaky ones.
You guys
Yeah.
remember that movie, Scary Movie, when she gets
yeah.
out the car and she's all dressed like a student?
Yeah, and then
She rips it off and then she's like dressed like a whore. I mean,
Right.
girls are sneaky as fuck, and
That's
I don't
true.
like it, man. I mean, I like it, but I don't like it for my sister wearing it. I don't like it for a woman to be hounded by dogs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So that's-
But is that a double standard then? You don't like your sister to wear it, but you like to watch.
It is. At the same time, it isn't, because I would like a woman to wear it in the house, in my house, where I can see it, nobody else. In public, it's like, why are you showing that off? Do you want some special attention? Because if you're my lady, you're gonna wear that just for me at the house, you know, and serve me my
Like
drinks.
lingerie type stuff. You know? Yeah.
Right,
no
right.
doubt.
And that's exactly what these stockings are. They're lingerie. They're not clothes. They're undergarments. They're things that you wear at home when you want to go to sleep or you want to do a lap dance. That's it. Nothing more.
but it's
nothing
even
less.
the tight jeans. I mean, even jeans
Yeah.
could be
Oh, man.
Yeah,
considered.
yeah.
They're called
you
skinnies
know,
nowadays.
Yeah, raunchy. You know what I
And
mean?
dudes are
But-
wearing them.
Like it's looking. Go ahead.
It's kind of like, you know, the Disney birthing. They birth these stars. We'll use Miley Cyrus as an example. They birth her, and then, you know, they raise her, and then they're still in control of her when she's of adult age.
And they don't care about the consequences because the companies behind her, the managers, the companies are making all the profit. They're making money. You know, they're
Right.
selling it, and that's it's, you know, the same thing goes for the Lady Gagas, the Kim Kardashians, the Nicki Minaj's. And as far as earlier you were saying about the butt cheeks hanging out, I mean, it's honestly disgusting. I went to the movies the other day with my wife, and I swear, I mean, you see families and these girls are, you know, teenagers or younger, and their ass cheeks are hanging out, walking with their parents, and it's just like, dude, what's going on here? Even my wife was just like, usually she's like gets mad if I'm looking, but she's like, dude, how can you not see that when it's right in front of you and you're walking behind them? And it's just like it's horrible.
Yeah.
You know, it just seems like society accepts it. You know.
Well, I think when we were younger, like my sisters and her friends, they had different idols than kids do nowadays.
Correct.
You know, when my sister was growing up, she grew up watching like Friends and stuff like that,
yeah.
where they actually wore clothes.
Yeah.
They wore jeans.
They were sophisticated.
Yeah, they were. I mean, they were classy.
Yeah.
They were beautiful, but they didn't show off their stuff.
Yeah.
Nowadays, girls are looking up at Miley Cyrus and all these.
There was a time when
Yeah.
we actually would meet somebody for who they were. I
Right.
mean, don't get me wrong. We look for physical attraction too, but there were times when we were actually talking to women saying, hey, how are you? Who are you? Basically, getting to know that information before we saw butt cheeks and titties. It's like, yo, slow your roll. You know, you're dressing all like a whore. You're going to be treated like a whore. That's
Right.
just the way it goes.
And they get mad about it too.
Oh yeah, you can't tell a girl anything, you know, especially when they're like that. Because then they'll be like, well, you're looking, you like it, yeah, but I'm only looking because you dress like that.
Which brings me to well, I gotta let you ladies go real quick. You guys can call back for a minute, but we gotta talk about some real guy stuff real quick. So thank you, Julia and Eva for
Thank you,
calling.
guys.
Thanks for calling, guys.
Thank you,
We'll
girls,
talk-
ladies.
Talk to you guys in a bit.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so I just want to talk about something that a lot of people don't really understand, but us guys do, and I'm talking about the ass. Dun dun dun. I have a sound effect for that, but no time. So when we talk about booties, guys, I mean, it just blows my mind. It really does. So let me start off by saying, why is it that men are completely fascinated, hypnotized by the most filthiest, stinkiest part of the woman's body? I'm talking about her ass, folks. Why is the poop machine so special? Will, let me go with you. Why is this such a big fetish, bro? Why are you fascinated with booty?
I just think that, you know, I'm not going to say it. Not every girl has a good ass. I think it depends, because there's some girls, it depends on the clothes they wear. Because some girls, it looks like they just got a straight back.
Yeah.
And some girls, they wear those tight jeans. Doesn't even look like they're wearing any underwear.
Yeah.
But it's just how it's formed. I mean, I can't explain it. It's
Now,
just so
listen-
nice.
called
exactly.
squats.
He can't explain it.
I can't explain it.
Let me tell you why you can't explain it. Because once again, media has taken a big role, man. You know, I used to watch movies like Nerds. Remember Revenge of the
Oh,
Nerds?
yeah, absolutely.
You know, there was a perverted scene in that movie where the dude is actually like a peeping Tom and he's watching girls in dress and he's literally looking through like a peephole or a window or something and the girls don't even know he's looking. I used to watch that fucking movie religiously and go, damn, I was a kid. I don't even remember that part. But that stuff stays in your brain subliminally. But if you look at people in Africa, there are tribes of men who have no breast fetish or booty fetish at all. Rather, they have a fetish for rings around women's necks. How many rings can they wrap around their necks and stretch out their necks?
Wow.
So what does that tell you? That we are conditioned a certain way. Because, again, the most stinkiest, smelly... No, I'm not going to do that again. So it's just wrong. I mean, it's not like... It's a program inside of our brains. I've always said our brains are like computers, and whatever software is downloaded into our brains is what we will continue to use until we realize that program and can erase it out of our program system. So again, we are. But did you guys know that in Africa? Did you guys have any idea?
No, not at all.
Do some research, man. We're conditioned in this society, bro.
There's places where the biggest women are considered the most beautiful. If you're
Yeah.
skinny, they don't want you.
Right.
What about the Muslims in who only see women's eyes, so they have foot fetishes because all they can see is their
Right.
feet?
Right.
Yeah.
You guys know about that, right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad I don't live over there.
Was that
I'm glad I'm not over there.
right? Who fucking wants to look at big old crusty ass feet? Not me.
Got them bunions and shit.
Excellent. But now women have like butt implants. That's the new thing,
Oh,
butt
man,
implants.
That's wild.
And I hate to
Yeah.
tell dudes out
That's
there.
just wild.
I'm one of these guys that likes to say I told you so because I'm one of those guys that knows a lot of shit. But breast implants aren't as popular as you
Hell
think
no.
they are, bro.
No. All natural, man. All natural.
Yeah, I've been with the women with breast implants, and you know, she had money. She was taking care of me. We'd go to the suites, you know, we'd hang out, and she looked pretty good. She was short, nice figure, breast implants, and I'm like, yeah, I finally got a chick with breast implants.
Nah.
So we started kicking it, and we were doing our thing, and I was squeezing them, and like they feel like rocks.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the?
They don't move.
This don't feel right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and then
don't
girls
believe
start-
everything you see.
I think girls start seeing that, and that's what they want. They're like, oh, I want the boobs that don't move, and I could not wear a bra. It's like, what do you mean you're not gonna wear a bra? Like,
Yeah.
have your nipples showing through?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. And it's crazy. But back to like the the cell phone things and the young kids. Like, I mean, we do live in 2014. I mean, it is more affordable to have certain things that we didn't have available. Like this whole thing, we didn't have it. We didn't even grow up with the internet. I mean, we had pagers, for God's sake. You know what I'm saying?
We had to buy those internets where you got to put in your number and it's got to connect, and your house phone was busy and everything.
It's like, I got to use the phone.
You gotta pull over on the side just to use the phone.
Yeah.
You got a page. You know?
Yeah.
What's up with all the payphones? Yeah, but Daisy, I mean, kids don't even know about a payphone these days. You know, it's
not
just
at all.
it's crazy. And I think as far as boys and girls these days, they just I think this is what happened, and this is just my philosophy on it. I think babies are having babies.
Oh, absolutely.
And, you know, babies are having
Absolutely.
babies, so that's why it leads to it, because it's cute to them to, I got her nails done. Let's take it. What's up with the constant pictures of women?
Selfies?
So, I mean, there's certain Instagram accounts or Facebook accounts where you could go on there and there's 100+ pictures of the same girl showing her ass and tits in a bikini, thong, ass cheek. I mean, it's pretty much softcore porn in a way, you know? I mean, they have little video clips, and I mean, this is readily abundant. I don't know. What's your guys' take on that?
You know, my perspective on that it was different now, because now that I have a daughter, you know,
of course,
wake up call.
Yeah, I don't want to see that. You know,
you don't want to open up the door to the bathroom and, you know, they're just like, well, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah,
you know?
but at the same time, it's like, you know, if it's someone my age, you know, I'd love to see that.
Oh, of course, but it's different, you know.
Yeah.
But then again, I mean, you're older, you're more mature. I mean, these children don't understand how this could affect them in the long term. You know, this whole sexting thing going on.
Oh God.
I mean, if we could touch on that for a little bit. I mean, we never had that in high school. I mean, it's just crazy because these kids are not understanding that you could get by the courts, hey, you're a sex offender.
Yeah.
Because you're underage and this is going on, and they don't understand that this is going to follow them the rest of their life, for their career, job, whatever it may be.
Well, whatever goes on your record, it'll go away. You know, if you want to get that good job, or if you want to make something for yourself, they're going to go back. Well, 10 years ago, you know, you're having phone sex with your
How about this?
boyfriend.
Whatever goes on the
documented.
internet doesn't go away.
Right.
Yeah.
What? Everything goes what?
Anything that goes on the
social
internet doesn't
media.
go away, man.
Yeah.
That's scary shit. Do you guys look at women like this? Like they're all, you know, coffee drinking, shopping, smoking, looking weirdos, zombies. Look at that. There's a brain inside there. That's a great piece.
I know a girl that
It
looks
is.
like that, but
Did you date her?
for a minute.
That's what's up.
Yeah, and then now you even have all these apps, you know, which is short for applications on your phones, like
Well, there's an app for everything.
Tinder, Grindr, where gay people can find gay people, or straight
Yeah.
people can, just for a booty call, just for, you know, for casual sex. And they really promote this. I don't know if any of you recently watched the AMAs, the American Music Awards. I personally don't care for that stuff, but I was reading on it because women are very critical of women. I've noticed. It seems like. And actually, Bette Midler was speaking upon Ariana Grande, which I think she's from Disney or Nickelodeon too, right?
Nickelodeon, yeah.
Okay, again, another one. And skimpy, bro. I mean, it's kind of like sad because, I mean, this girl,
she's young.
I don't even think she's in her 20s yet.
Oh, she's like 18, 19.
Yeah, and I mean, all these little girls are looking up to it, and I mean, you have your cases like John Benet Ramsey. I don't know if you guys remember that one, where the little girl, you know, all these modeling stuff, and you have all these shows on TV now too. So like, it seems like we're training our younger generation to be more fake, I guess, more based on looks, more based on money, more based on hey, what can you offer me?
Right.
What's in it for me? As where, hey, I read this book, I learned this knowledge, I'm going to share this with you. You know what I mean?
I still think it goes back to the parents.
Most definitely.
I keep hating to say that, but
where are the parents in this day and age?
Nowadays,
Beautiful timing there, Will. Like this woman said, "You're so funny," and she's because the little girl saying shit, and then you got another picture of the woman, the same mother is looking at her kid, going, "Look at her pop that booty," and there's a little girl popping her ass in front of the stereo. Then the next scene, she says, "The boys will love this," and she's giving her mini shorts to put on. And then the last picture, there's a woman crying, said, "Where did I go wrong?" And the little girl's pregnant.
Right.
Well, with the parents, I think, and I think it goes back to they're giving her too much leeway. Parents are too busy nowadays.
Exactly.
Mom and dad are both working to make a living.
We've said that many times on the show.
Kids have too much time on their hands.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, my parents are at work. I'm gonna go over to my boyfriend's house and hang out. And nowadays, hang out doesn't mean hang out.
Hang out means to hang out, literally.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, I live right next to a high school. I drive by to work every day, and there's freshmen, sophomore girls that are dressed like they're looking like they're in their mid-20s. And it's like, how's a guy going to say no to that?
Yeah.
All that makeup they wear.
Yeah, they look like they're 23. And I mean, even if I had a daughter, which I don't, I mean, yeah, obviously they sneak around. They could change at school. but you still gotta. I don't want to say you gotta be mean to them, but you gotta have some structure. You gotta lay down the law.
Yeah, no doubt.
You gotta put the fear of God in them, pretty much.
And it's crazy because, you know, you have a lot of these female teachers as well as male, but a lot of it, I see a lot of females, and usually they're older, so their sex drive kind of hits them a little later.
Right.
And they're going for all these young kids, which they're at their prime, you know,
Yeah.
going through their hormone changes,
Right.
getting woodies every morning and shit.
Right.
And so, like, they're having sex with these kids, and it's just, it's
Mm-hmm.
crazy. Like kids are going to school like, oh, I'm going to smash that teacher. Like it's a fucking bet. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, I mean, I don't know this for sure, but that's that's what I see when I'm watching this. It's like, how did it come to that? Because I remember back in the day, I don't know, maybe it's the internet, it's more readily accessible, but I really truly believe that things were really different.
Right.
I don't know if I'm being naive
You know
by
what it
saying
is too?
that.
I think parents, especially with girls nowadays, is the mom wants to be their friend, like their best friend,
Yes.
instead of trying to be, you know, the
Their-
parent.
Because they don't want them
You know,
not to
and-
like them.
Yeah,
That's
especially
deep
with
right there.
especially
That
with
is.
you know
That's right on point.
nowadays. You know,
Yeah.
it's like everything's so available,
Yeah.
and you know they want their daughter to be happy and you
And
know.
now that you're touching that, not only that, the divorce rate in America is what, over 50%?
Oh yeah, it's high.
So if the mom and dad are divorced, oh, well, mommy wants to be, you know, no, you're going to like me, not your dad.
Yeah.
Or your dad's an asshole.
Yeah,
Or vice
That's
versa.
exactly right, because you know my ex tells my daughter, you know, or she was been telling me, you know, when she grows up, as long as she does it under my roof, as long as she drinks, you know, where I could watch her, or
I hate
you
that.
know, if she wants to have sex, I'll give her the condom, so at least she's
Wow.
doing it right. You know what I mean? It's like,
I remember my first time. I remember my first American Pie movie when the chick took off her bra, you know, and I'm in the movie theater with this chick and we're holding
Yeah,
hands and
yeah.
rubbing hands and my hands all sweaty and sticky. But the whole idea was that the parenting, it wasn't there for me, and it's not there for a lot of kids. And no matter how disciplined you can
Yeah.
be, the temptation is so powerful. I was driving down the street with my brother and sister to go to the market to get some groceries. I'm teaching them about good positive energy. You look up and there's a sign that says sex tape on it. What the fuck are you going to tell your kids?
right.
They know,
When
they know how to read.
Yeah.
They know what sex is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they know what tape is,
Yeah.
and they know it's just
yeah,
pathetic.
it's gonna happen. You know, it's bound to happen eventually. You just got to be the one that kind of has to, I don't know, prolong it, I guess,
Yeah.
in a way.
Prolong it.
Well,
That's right. Stretch it out as long as you can.
this is my input. I don't mean to cut you off, but just my input on it. I mean, I'm Mexican descent, you know, Hispanic, whatever. And I mean, you watch these these channels, these Spanish
Television.
channels. Oh man, I mean, ever since I was little, I just remember booty, you know,
Yeah.
just rocking girls in thongs, and it was just like Don Francisco, you know, this old guy, and he had all the dancers in the back, and it's but this is the difference though. In Latin American culture, it's much more accepted sexually, you know, like hey, you know, like just like in Europe. When I was in Europe, you know, I was in Paris walking down, and they had a little newsstand, and I mean, they have a picture. It wasn't really pornographic. It was just a naked woman, you know, and every restroom I went to had dispenser for condoms. I don't see that in America.
No.
The difference is spread the knowledge, safe sex, spread the knowledge, you know, let them know that if you are going to do something, do this. And I mean, there's people that have both parents, grew up really good, and they still don't listen. They're still going to do things because when you're in the moment, I mean, we're all men.
Yeah. Oh.
When you're in that moment, bro,
yeah.
if you're there with a girl, and I mean,
It's gonna happen.
come on, doc.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's sad, but I mean, there was an article I was reading. There's this kid, I believe he was around in his early 20s. I don't know exactly, 23, 24. I guess he was going around having sex with like all these girls or something. Turns out he dies of AIDS.
Mm-hmm.
About 40 girls were just like completely like, oh my God, I gotta go get checked. That's just crazy how promiscuous it's become, you know. And it's just like people don't understand that having a fun time can be deadly
Rest
in
in
the
peace.
longer run, you
Oh
know.
yeah.
Rest in peace. Your boner led you to death. You stupid mother. No, I'm kidding. So what about the word cute? That shit bugs me, man, because you see these girls. I see it all the time at work. Oh, look at that baby. It's so cute.
Oh,
And then
man, that's the worst words you could hear.
and then you go to the mall, and then you see these girls wearing these like basically underwear, short mini skirts. Oh, you look so cute. What does that word mean? What does it mean?
You look like a slut. No, I'm just kidding.
It's so confusing.
Yeah.
It's so
Cute,
confusing.
beautiful, hot, sexy. I mean, what do all those mean?
Yeah, for
Wow.
sure. For
Great
sure.
question.
Yeah, it's in the eye of the beholder, you know. And I don't know. I don't have children. I don't have kids. And I mean, I know I'm pretty tough. I'm like, oh, you shouldn't give your 3-year-old an iPad. And like, I mean, I say all these strong things. I don't have children though, so I don't know what it's like completely yet to deal with that. I would like to think that, hey, you know, I'm going to try to entertain them with other things, you know. But I mean, like, again, we're just so busy. We're just so caught up like, hey, I got to make this car payment. I got to make my cell phone bill. I got to put food on the table,
Right.
etc. You know? But as far as men go, I mean, do men have insecurities as well? Do we? Because there's not much a man can do.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't put makeup on, but that's probably not going to get you a woman. You know what I'm saying? So, like, what do you think is difficult for a man in his position, being single, trying to go out to filter through all these women to find something that's of value, I guess?
I think the only thing we can do is haircuts and
Nice car,
nice car,
nice watch.
yeah.
Well, not just that, but if you find a good girl, they're so expensive.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie.
no, for sure.
I mean, I do think when you get to a certain point in the relationship, I mean, the girl can start paying for stuff. But when you first start dating, guys always want to impress.
Oh,
No, I
course.
got the food. Oh, you want to go to? I got the popcorn. I got the drinks. You know, that's
You want-
$100-$200 a night.
You want to show you can take care of them.
Yeah.
You could provide.
And I mean, after that, I mean, you may be broke for the rest of the week.
Well,
But I'm just
Eating toothpaste and
top ramen and shit.
I think the problem is that they get into the mode of just asking for something and, oh, well, I could just, have sex with him or do something and boom, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get
Right.
anything I want. Because nowadays we live in a day and age where there's a lot of these sugar babies and
Yeah.
sugar daddies, these older men, obviously probably well off, divorced or never got married. And they have these, little 18, 19, 20,
Doctors
21
and
year
lawyers.
I mean,
and-
I've personally known, I don't know the girls like that, but I just know them through mutual friends because I see on Facebook. But I'm like, dude, these girls are straight whores. They're just sleeping with these guys. They're getting money. And it's like these women need to understand that, gravity eventually is going to take its force. And no matter how much Botox, how much plastic surgery, you're going to get old and you're going to have competition. You're going to have a new
that
18-year-old
day
every
will
year.
come
Yeah.
where that selfie is no longer a selfie because you're fucking embarrassed of what the fuck
Well,
you look like.
Exactly.
I'm not trying to put down women. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Well, let me touch on, sorry to interrupt you,
Jump
but these 18-year-olds that are having sugar daddies, like you say, these guys are well off. They're
Oh,
rich.
yeah.
So, they're going to buy him a car. They're going to take him out.
Everything.
They're going to live in a good house. So these girls want more because their friends don't have it. So they want to be above everybody.
Yeah.
These 18-year-olds are like, hey, I got my fast car. I got this guy that's a millionaire. What do you got? You're in college. I don't need you. I got this rich
Damn.
guy.
Yeah.
It's a big stagnant of
Yeah.
energy that's going on.
It's something new.
Right, and we're not building
Yeah.
that relationship.
Exactly.
That's why you were talking about instill fear into people about
Yeah.
God. I believe in religion, man, because marriage is so key
Yeah.
of making successful of two people staying together in a society of 6 billion people.
Right, right.
And we're all horny. We all see these body parts. We all
Yeah.
want to just bang.
Yeah.
Back in the day, caveman shit, you lived for about, 10 years
Yeah.
or 20 years. You wanted to bang, have as many babies as you can before you left. Today, we live a lot longer. We need to slow down. We need to just think about what's happening because you have babies raising babies. Like Mike said, we got a big problem going on right now. But Eric, you've been married before, bro,
Yep.
and you were like one of the only dudes that actually won a marriage dispute. Like most of the time, a settlement. Most of the time, women win because they are the most of the majority.
The
of
judge
them.
favors them.
Oh,
Usually,
absolutely.
They usually always favor the mother or the
Absolutely.
So how did you do that, man? You are a winner.
You know what? I guess. Oh, wow. Thank you. I never won anything.
give them a
before in my
prize?
No, man. It just came down to. At first, I was just kind of like, you know what? I still love this girl. I'm not gonna do anything, and then finding out that after we got separated, she's sleeping around and doing all this stuff. I said, you know what? Hell with it. I'm just gonna go ahead and see what I could get. I wasn't out to, take all her money. But
Wait, how
it
did you
just-
find out? Sorry to cut you off. How did you find out she was cheating?
She told me actually.
Damn, straight up.
Straight up because
No
I was
shame.
trying to make it work. I
course.
was trying. And,
Did you find the dude and throw him through the glass?
It's not the dude's fault though.
No,
at that
I know,
point.
yeah,
And
yeah.
That's one thing with cheating is it's funny how guys cheat on their girl and the girl gets mad at the girl.
Right.
Get mad at the man or vice versa. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right,
But
exactly.
continue with your
So
story.
it was just one of those where at that point it's like, you know what, it doesn't look like anything's gonna happen. I'm not gonna get back together with her. So it took a year and a half before I even filed for divorce. And then
Wow.
finally when I did,
Was she asking for alimony?
she wasn't.
Child support?
Yeah, she said that we talked about we were just gonna go our separate
Okay.
ways. And,
Okay.
not even file for no money or nothing, just split up. what
Because
we
a lot
had
of
and that
people
was it.
live like that these days, and that's another thing that goes into the role where the parents at with the divorce rate, the work. A lot of people separate; they never officially get divorced.
Oh, yeah.
But they are still, present in the child's life.
Mm-hmm.
But how long ago was that happened? A year and a half ago?
No,
or so?
I've been divorced now for 4 years. So,
Okay.
But
how's the single life? All right.
loving it, man.
Loving
it. Yeah, like back. I feel like in
'Cause
high school again.
I'm currently married. I've been married for a little bit over 2 years, and I'm one of those guys that I say, okay, if this marriage doesn't work, I'm never getting married again.
Yeah.
Like, that's my mentality, and people won't understand it until they're married, because it is a lot of compromise. It is a lot of, I'm not going to say arguing, it's just compromise, because women, again, are so different than men.
Yeah.
Their priorities are different.
That's what I thought too, you know. But then eventually, after a while, you feel like, you know what, I want
Get back in the
somebody,
group.
you know?
Yeah.
yeah. Like I want to be.
Want to grow old with somebody and have
yeah.
that companionship. Yeah, and I think that's what I think. Again, I don't have the children. These are just what I'm thinking now. I'm
Right.
still young. But
Right.
do you think if the opportunity came around where you would remarry, how would your daughter react, do you think?
I mean, she already kind of messes around with me, saying, you know, I can't have, you know, girlfriends, and I can't, you know, stuff like that.
Get some Rogaine. No, I'm
Yeah, you know, just she messes around with me. But I think she misses that too. She misses
for
like
sure.
not seeing me with her, you know, with her mom. So if I were to have,
Do you have custody?
it was 50-50.
50-50?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
And how
it's-
does that work? I mean, 1 week, or... I mean, I'm not trying to get... I
No,
just
that's
want to trying to get the background, because this is the society we're living in. Because
Yeah.
what you're saying, honestly, I could apply to so many people that I know that are in the same situation. And
Yeah.
it seems that the one that loses out the most is the child
Exactly.
sometimes,
Oh,
because they're the ones...
It's
They're,
sad.
they're innocent. I mean,
Yeah.
it wasn't... Like, I used to tell my mom when I was mad. I mean, I was like 8, 9 years. I was like, well, I didn't want to be born.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, well, it wasn't my choice, but I see it so often. So how do you has she ever approached you with like any problems, or, hey, you know what? I don't know, just anything.
You know what?
Anything in
As
general.
far as like custody and stuff, that actually is probably like the best thing, because you know we figured that out before,
Mhm.
and we went to a mediator, and they
Okay.
said, okay, what dates do you want? Put it on paper, and we got to follow it.
Cool.
So it's, you know, it's kind of, you know, I have every other weekend.
And when
Mondays,
you
Tuesdays.
won in that court, you remember you told me that
Yeah.
the policeman, was it?
the bailiff.
The bailiff. He was
Yeah.
giving you props, wasn't he?
Yeah, I was so surprised, man, when the judge rendered his verdict. I mean, he literally clapped like in front of everybody, and he just like that. Dude, like, yeah,
Was he a minority?
he was. He was, and you know, and it totally caught me off guard, because he even came up to me and congratulated me, shook my hand.
Gave you props.
Yeah, like we weren't even done with court yet. Like the judge wasn't. Like, he didn't even
The
say,
judge
"You
is
guys-"
like, bailiff, remain seated. We're
Yeah.
not finished.
Bailiff, arrest yourself.
That's
So
what's up.
I was just looking at him like
Order in my court.
I was puzzled, man. I couldn't believe he would
Like,
do
yo,
that.
you want to get a brew?
Yeah,
You
that's
wanna
what I was like, dude. And he literally, what was crazy is he told me, he's like, man, I've never seen this happen. You know, this
Ever.
I thank you, man. Like, he congratulated me. Like, he was so happy for me.
And was your wife like, was she sad?
Yeah, I looked at her because I kind of felt bad, because, you know, I mean, she lost. I still kind of had a little bit of feelings for her and everything, but I looked at her and she was just kind of sitting there, and I kind of felt a little bad, but at the same
Yeah.
time, like, hey, man, I mean,
That's what you're there
you
for,
brought it
right?
upon yourself. Like,
Yeah,
you-
dude, you're a winner,
you
bro.
You didn't have to leave, you know.
You know what's funny is that a lot of the times the parent that is taking the other parent to court, you know, because out of spite or whatever, and they end up losing, and actually it turns out worse for them. But a
Right.
little case I'm not going to touch on. I'm not going to say any names, but I know something right now that's going on with a buddy where the mother was saying, hey, you know what, just give me, you know, $400 a month, we're cool.
Yeah.
Guy hadn't paid nothing, you know, and okay, all right, you want to play that game? All right, took his ass to court, and the courts were saying, hey, you got to pay $900.
Yep.
So now that dude lawyered up and is trying to fight for custody. But yeah, it's just sad, because then that's just going to create a lot of turmoil between them, and the kids aren't dumb.
Yeah.
You know, kids are 2-3 years old. They know.
Yeah.
They know what's up. They
Oh,
could
yeah.
sense emotion. They could sense anger and the voice and everything. But how long did you guys date before you married?
We were just, I met her in '98. We got married in 2003, so we were.
Wow, that was a minute.
I was with her for.
So you knew her. How did your family feel about her, and vice versa, her family about you?
after everything.
Just being
or
married.
Just being married. Oh, they loved her. Yeah, I mean, she was a great girl. You know, she has
Would
her
you get
master's.
upset if anybody from your family were to hang out with her or have any contact?
I wouldn't get upset. They won't do that now. They
Yeah.
kind of don't like her anymore. But
Okay.
I still talk to her family. I go
Okay.
play a ball with her brother and
Cool,
stuff like
man.
that. You know, every now and
Do you
again,
ball
so-
them up? Like, yeah, fool, what's up?
You know
Take
it,
that,
dude,
homie.
right? Yeah, nah, but yeah, I mean, it's you know, I'm still cool with her family. You know, when I drop off my daughter over there, you know,
You're like, yo, listen to this rap I made about your sister.
I
Uh-oh. Starting some
I'm just kidding, I'm just
controversy.
kidding.
He just went there.
Yeah.
So let's get back to the core issue about men. You know, like we're talking about why do you think women act this way and blah 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 blah. What about dudes, man? Like how much of sports have an influence on guys?
Ooh, too much, I think.
Right?
Oh, absolutely.
When Eric knows all the statistics about Kobe, but he doesn't know his daughter's dating right now.
I don't even know the teacher's name, actually.
I'll just fucking with you, man. Yeah.
Hey,
I mean,
little bit of it's true.
check this picture out right here, man. Imagine if people are this passionate about things that actually mattered. You got some Patriot fans dressed
Oh,
up.
yeah, Tom Brady.
That's the wrong picture to show.
It's like, this is a great example of the energy that human beings have, the passion that we have, yet we don't look at issues that are affecting us every day.
Yeah.
You know, what do you know about the NDAA Act? What do you know about Monsanto's Act? What do you know about all this stuff that's going
Patriot
on?
Act.
Oh, but Kobe Bryant just did a 360 spin slam dunk. Who gives a fuck? I'm sorry, dude. I love sports at a time in my life. Now I'm at the point where it's repetitive nonsense. It's done. Michael Jordan's the best. Period. Close the book.
I'm the type of dude where people start talking shit. Oh, fuck this team, fuck that. I'm like, you know what, bro? Let's go hit the court, homie. Let's go one-on-one, bro.
There you
Like
go.
you really want to talk that shit? Let's go. Let's go hit the court.
That's my thing,
That's
dude.
and I'm a short dude. I'm like 5'7" with shoes. You know what I'm
still-
saying? I'm like 5'7" with shoes.
But you
man.
can still dunk.
but you know what the thing is that I love basketball is personally, and I'm a Lakers fan, winning or losing, whatever. But then as I grew older, the thing with sports that changed my mentality about it was going to Vegas. Because when you really go to Vegas, you really understand the complexity of gambling, and not only that, sports gambling. It's rigged, bro. I personally, Pete Rose, perfect example. Come on, Mayweather, bro. Why isn't he fighting high caliber people like him? Because he's hitting up all his homies. Yo, take out all your 401k, bet it on this fight. We're gonna make money, and that's the way I see it. And it's fucked up that I think that way because I can't genuinely sit there and watch a game.
Yeah.
I just recently went to the Chargers Raiders game in San Diego.
For sure.
And one thing about and this is a generalization again. I mean, not everybody was under the influence, but check it out. I'm married. I'm with my wife. If you see a dude walking with his wife, holding her hand or his arm, have some fucking respect, dude. Don't be fucking trying to holler at my wife or catcall her. Me, okay, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really see it because I was a little buzzed. But she grabbed me a little closer, and I was like, oh, what's up? You know? And she's like, babe, you know, these guys are just like, damn, what's up? And I'm just like, fucking Raider fans. No, I mean, it was just men in general, you know. And I was just like, damn, I just feel like there's just no respect. And my wife was not dressed like a whore at all. I mean, she was just, you know. And I was just like, damn, like this is just sad that I can't go out and enjoy a football game with my wife.
Yeah.
You know, it just really pissed me off at some point. But then again, I was like, all right, we're at our seat. Let's just chill, have a good time. You can't let that ruin it. But it just seems like
I hate that old saying,
know?
boys will be boys, men will be men. Dude, it's
Nah,
the
bro.
way these dudes are structured. You know what I'm saying? Money-wise, you're talking about how they're expensive. Well, there's dudes out there that don't have no money, so they don't get no play.
Yeah.
You know, there's dudes out there that look ugly as fuck. They don't get no play. You know, and that's why Mike is a victim of this shit because he did the right thing. He got married. He's settled. He's done his shit. And then you got those dudes that ain't got shit, and they're like, yo, I want a piece of that. I'm that dog that'll come by and try to take your shit away.
and I feel like women are like that too. Because now that I'm married, all of a sudden everybody want Mike.
What's up, big boy?
I'm just kidding, my wife. I'm just kidding. No,
but once you're taken, they come out of the woodworks.
no, I'm just saying if you're
No, it's true.
You don't even have to be married. You could be dating.
Dating, yeah.
Just as soon as women know that you're taking, oh, I want him.
Yeah, it's like
It's-
it's like it gives them a rush to sleep with a married or taken guy.
Yeah, well, Tupac had a really good thing. He's like, man, I was in the club. I wasn't even famous, wasn't on the charts. I'm in the same clubs, hanging in the corner, drinking my Hennessy. He's like, nobody wants Pac. He's like, then I get on the charts. Oh, Tupac. They're going crazy. They never even met me. They don't know me, but they want to fuck me and they don't know me. He's all, that is crazy. And I feel like that's what it is. And it's very, very sad, especially with this whole, what's your guys' take on Justin Bieber with little girls?
Oh, God.
That's just a joke.
The
man.
reason
Like,
I bring it
it's-
up is because he's very influential, whether we like it or not.
Oh,
I mean, this
absolutely.
guy. We interrupt the bombing in Syria to bring you Justin Bieber has just been arrested. You know what I mean?
Little
Like,
girls got this on their folders. They got this on their backpacks.
Oh, everywhere.
One Direction, you know. I mean,
man.
it's like, whoa, what the fuck? Are we destined to be influenced by stupid motherfuckers?
Yeah.
This is not going to stop unless somebody stands up. Cigarettes, they weren't stopped until someone stood up.
Oh, man.
You know, pornography, no one stopped it until someone stood up. Why don't we have more people standing up? We're conditioned. influences by sports. How many of you guys know about the NSA, Edward Snowden? Like, people don't know what's going on, bro. So why bother? Why should we give a fuck? We can't influence anybody. We can't change the world. They're on TV. Dude, TV isn't even important anymore. People are on their phones. People are on their laptops. None of that shit even is important to me. But what do you guys feel about that?
Well, see, like you said about the phones, I mean, you go out to eat with your family or your friends, and everybody's on their phone waiting for
Everybody's
their
like
food.
this.
It's like, I saw a post the other day online. It's like, you really want to go out and hang out with your friends? Leave your phones at home.
Yeah.
Talk.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you know, why have a phone or go out with your friends if you guys are all going to be at the dinner table like this, not talking? You might as well stay home.
I think it's all engineered.
No, I'm serious.
People call me conspiracy theorist, whatever you want, but it's engineered that way. I mean, they know our attention span. They know everything. I mean, it's engineered that way. Like Lou said that, you know, I was like, oh, they're gonna put RFID chips in us. He's like, dude, we already have them. Our cell phones.
Yeah.
And I mean, why is it that I'm trying to go to sleep and I'm like, oh, let me see my cell phone.
Oh, that's
and I'm just like going through shit, reading stories that I already read or going, and I'm still just going over the same thing. I was like, there's only so many websites that I usually go on, and I usually just read the same things, and I'm just like, dude, what am I doing? Like, I need to go to sleep.
You know, I think it's just
absolutely.
it's an out. It's an out for life. You know what I mean? Like, whatever you got going on in your life, you know, you pick up your phone and
You escape.
Yeah, it's an escape. You know, I
For
think
sure.
that's what
There
people.
was a study that said that
True.
leaving your phone on, the light going into your eyes, it tricks your brain thinking that it's daytime still. So that's why you can't go to sleep, because you're looking at this bright screen.
That makes sense.
And I'm always reminding my brother and sister, lower the brightness on your phone.
Yeah.
You're going to get bags under your eyes like me and little dots underneath them. Stop leaving it so bright, you know, because it's going to go in your eyeballs and you're going to get bags. So a lot of people don't recognize that. A lot of people need glasses. A lot of people are out of their fucking skulls. So
It's just a complex issue.
but let's get into some weird fucking talking about the phones. I want to stay on that, but let's get into some deep controversy type. What is the word called when you're doing a conspiracy? What if phones actually have radiation like microwaves, which is a study, proven fact,
They do.
to give you cancer?
They do.
I mean, how badly is this spread out in our society? It's everywhere you go. I can't get on the bus where people are fucking text messaging everywhere you go. I can't walk down the street without seeing someone staring at their phone. Is it probably a way to neutralize us in the near future, like cigarettes, to give us cancer, and all of us are going to need treatment?
Yeah,
That's a
that
very
is
good
deep.
one.
That is deep.
Yeah.
I think it's too soon to tell.
Yeah, that's the problem. It
think
is
it's too soon to tell.
Yeah.
Because there's a study that says that when you have the Wi-Fi on late at night and it's sleeping right by your head, all that radiation is going into your brain.
Yeah, you're supposed to turn it off.
You're supposed to put it on airplane mode so that no signals are coming down from the sky shooting into your phone. So,
But to touch on that, just being in this building right now, I mean, these headphones have frequency. This microphone, our phone, this everything has a frequency which is invisible that we cannot see, and people fail to understand that our brain is pretty much reacts with electric current, you know, and a lot of people just don't get that the frequencies that these scientists and all these engineers are creating can possibly create us into zombies. And I know that there's a machine that they, you know, DARPA and the military, they're always trying to get new weapons where they could pretty much, it's kind of like a satellite dish, and they could point it to you, and it's a certain frequency, and you can't talk, you can't yell, you can't do anything. And some people are like, oh, Mike, that's sci-fi. I'm like, it's really not, bro. Like they have this stuff, and I just can't. I thought they were gonna use it last night in Ferguson. I guess it's too early for that.
Yeah, but I mean, can you put this stuff down? I mean, you talk about mics and stuff like that. I mean,
I can't put the
you
mic
gotta
down.
use it. You
I'm
know
an
what I mean?
MC
Like,
for life. Yo, yo, yo.
Yeah, you gotta use it. So it's like you can't. I mean,
Even
you
if you
have to have
don't,
it.
even if you don't use it, just being in this building, how many other people have their phones on here and everything? You know.
You're never gonna get away from it. So
Yeah.
I think that's what a lot of people.
So
are
just
like,
give in and buy
yeah,
yourself.
just
phones
give
today.
in.
Trip out, man. There's a fucking phone in my hand right now that has a signal that can let me watch anything around the world right now. Anything I want. If you were to go back 1,000 years, man, and you told somebody I can look around the world with a phone, they'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about, man?
They will crucify you.
They would burn you. You're a witch.
You're a witch.
So it's amazing where we're at. This show right now, we're capturing a moment in time, dudes. This is amazing. Like, we are capturing something in the future. I've built my very own time machine, dude, and I can go back and look at anything I want. Yeah, it sounds crazy.
Yeah, no,
but when you're looking at this shit in 20 years going, yo, I was chilling with Lou and Mike on the Open Your Mind podcast, and now they're fucking rich, and I don't even talk to them anymore because they don't want to talk to me. You're going to be like, yo, this is crazy.
Nah, never that.
We're going to take a quick break, man. This is the Open Your Mind podcast. I'm going to let Eric Carbon take over. What up?
I swear
Going now.
by the moon. stars in the sky.
Keep it down, girl.
I'll be there, Cal.
That was a great episode. So, you know, we love to talk about stereotypical shit, you know, and women should do this and women should do that. But realistically, you two men, William and Eric on the show, and Mike, even though he's married, he doesn't count. Back up. You ain't
Sorry,
in this. What do you guys, you know, see in a woman that you guys want? Would you guys, here's the thing. You guys won't go out with a woman that just looks ugly. You guys won't go out with a woman that doesn't seem smart, right? Now, if she's smart and she's everything you guys want, and she's there for you, she cooks and cleans, she does everything that you want for her.
She cooks.
I mean, for
Yeah.
Not microwave cooks.
Well, she cooks, but it doesn't have to be good all the time.
she massages you. She shows you that she cares about you. What would you guys do? Would you guys date her without even? Let's pretend you're blind. Okay. Would you guys date this woman?
Well, let's just say that I don't think it. I mean, obviously, you want a girl that's pretty, but I think what's inside is more important. Is she gonna treat you
Definitely.
right? Is she gonna hang around forever?
She gonna be faithful.
Yeah,
But
Becau-
be real, man. You ain't gonna date a woman that ain't that
well,
hot.
I ain't saying ugly, but I mean, there's what you call natural beauty.
She's so.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
well
mean,
let me
it all starts with the attraction. I mean, it's
Yeah.
plain and simple.
let me introduce my next guest, and let's see if you guys would actually date this woman.
Uh-oh.
On the couch with us is Charlotte.
Hey guys, what's up?
Now, do you guys think Charlotte is capable? Charlotte, thanks for coming on the show with us. Me, Mike, Lou, Eric, and William. Would you stop laughing?
What is he laughing about? That's not cool.
Looks like Will in the morning.
Oh.
Wow, you guys are
My boy,
you guys are
boy.
pricks, man. You guys would not date Charlotte at all?
I mean, looks wise, no. Because like I said, it starts with the attraction. I mean,
I
Come
think
on,
Eric would
man.
take.
that might be good for somebody.
Just give me a
I
chance.
think Eric would take a grenade. I don't know.
Is she the one from Shallow Hal?
Whoa, guys. We have a guest on the show. You
Oh,
guys
sorry,
need to be more
sorry.
proper. Now, Miss Charlotte, do you have any pictures, maybe in a bikini that we can look at?
Sure do.
Oh,
Man, that's,
no.
What?
that's hot for some other guy, I guess.
Dear Lord, help us.
Yeah.
So, would you guys maybe go on a date, maybe take her to dinner, maybe go to
I
Denny's?
couldn't afford it.
All you can eat buffet, homie.
Yeah, man.
That's
Well,
true.
that's not
Nah,
nice.
and we're sounding pretty shallow
Yeah,
here
we
and
are.
stuff. Yeah, but then again, it's like, is it really our fault, or are we engineered
No.
that way? When
I,
you,
I think everybody has their own taste, their
Yeah,
own opinion.
no
I
doubt.
mean, I'm not trying to be a dick, but
Bro.
that's just not my type.
You mean you guys don't want pancake puppies at Denny's?
you know, you're completely right, because I've been hanging out sometimes with some buddies, or where I'm like, oh, that girl's pretty cute, and they're like, nah,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
they'll be
yeah.
like, oh, dude, that girl's banging. I'll be like,
She's all right.
eh.
All right, sorry, Charlotte. You gotta go, Charlotte. Sorry. See you
Sorry.
later. You're out. You shallow motherfuckers.
No, it's
So-
not even that.
Yeah,
So,
nah.
Will, you wanted to talk about the sports and how these players get paid a lot of money and all that good stuff.
we need to pay him $300 million
300 mil to
Yeah.
play a sports that requires you to shoot a ball into a hole.
Yeah,
on a losing team.
anybody could do that.
Eric's pissed. What's up, man? What's wrong with just talking about
You know,
issues?
I've had this talk before with people where they're saying, well, teachers should get paid more, you know. But at the same time, like, you know, it's the owners that are the millionaires, and they're the ones that decide to pay the players. And if you're gonna play ball, and the guy says, "Here, I'll pay you this much money," I mean, you're gonna do it.
But it's a
like-
huge risk for the company as well, for the managers, because they can get injured. Look at Derrick Rose. I mean, look at Kobe. Kobe's
No,
never
look
going to
at
be the same.
Steve Nash.
Steve
he's
Nash.
Out, he didn't even play, and he's getting paid.
$7 million or something like
Yeah,
that.
and he's playing golf, and staying at home eating donuts.
not
donuts. I don't
returning
know.
calls to his coach either.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I agree. You know, teachers should make some more money and stuff like that. But this is their money. Like, if it was your money and
you can
wanted-
do whatever you
could
want
do
with it.
whatever you want
Don't
with
tell
it.
me to
Like,
go feed the poor. Don't tell me to do this. It's
yeah,
my
it's-
shit.
Yeah.
No,
you're-
I agree with that, but I mean, there's just so much more that could be done with that.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. We don't have that genuine heart, you know. And
A lot of people don't have it.
what's that old saying that I heard from one of the dudes that work? He's a member of the Kiss band. He said, "The people that always want to share the money are the ones that never have it."
That's
Yeah.
exactly true.
It is.
But it's like, dude, like have a little bit of decency in your heart, man. Do we have to beg you? Like, fuck, you got
Like,
all the pizza. We just want a
capitalism.
slice.
Like
You know?
like the other night, I took my mom to go eat some Chinese food. And, you know, I don't have a lot of money, but I make do. And this lady walked in. She looked like she ate in a couple of days. She was sick. She was homeless. And she just wanted some soup.
Yeah.
She was, like, dying. She's like, I just need some soup. I'm sick. You know, I bought her, like, a $3-4 soup.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't have much, but it breaks me to see
you,
people
you,
like
you,
that.
You're paying it forward, and there's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with helping people. And honestly, I think some of these people out here do help people. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know them. I don't know what
Right.
Kobe's doing, this, that. I mean, I really don't know what it's like to rape a white girl in Colorado and still get all this money. But
Eric, let Eric respond because he's Kobe's receptionist.
No, but no, don't get me wrong, dude. I have Kobe's jersey, bro. I'm a Lakers
so do I.
fan,
Yeah.
you know. But I like him as a player on the basketball court. I don't give a fuck what he's doing off the court,
Right.
except what he's doing with his money. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. But then again, I mean, we had to see. Yeah, you hear, oh, the contract's $300 million. But then again, you know, it's right off the bat, it's probably half of that because you know it's taxes. You know, like
Oh, yeah.
like I read a report where they gave the Lakers gave Kobe a lump sum of like 70 to 80 million. He's probably getting 35, 40 of that.
Yeah.
You know, because automatically with taxes, and
of
that's still a
course.
good amount of money.
Oh, yeah.
But then again, it's like, does money really make the person?
No.
Money
Well,
is power, though.
Well,
Of course.
I hate to bring this up, but rest in peace, Paul Walker. When
Yeah.
he died, they went to his house. That dude had like 15 cars in his garage, and they were all probably at least a couple $1 million each. It's like, do you really need 15 cars just to yourself?
Yeah.
It's like, maybe buy 2, but 15 cars? That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And he wasn't even driving them. They're just sitting there.
Well, he could
Yeah.
have got
Well,
him
he's
as
a
a
collector.
gift.
Well, yeah. No, I understand collectors, but I
Yeah.
mean, what point do you
Jay
stop?
Leno, bro.
I was just about
Yeah.
to say that.
Yeah.
What point do you stop?
You don't. That's the thing about having money in this capitalistic society is that you don't. Because I've watched so many documentaries where there's these rich, wealthy. I'm talking about the 1%, bro. The 1% where they're like, oh, well, he has fucking 10 jets. I need 20.
Yeah.
Oh, he has
Oh,
10
of
mansions.
course.
I need fucking 50. You
Yeah,
know, it's
yeah,
just,
yeah.
it's keeping up with the Joneses, even within their own bracket. You know, just
Right.
kind of like we do. And one thing I want to touch on the sports though. What about the domestic violence? Do you think? Because I constantly hear. I mean, the NFL just penalized. I don't know the player by name, but for hitting his kid.
Yeah.
They like penalized him. They suspended him a couple games.
Ray Rice.
No. He
the girl,
beat the
yeah.
shit out of his wife. Yeah. What do you guys feel about guys like this, where little kids, you know? Because you ask kids these days, what do you want to do? They, I want to be an NBA star. I want to be that. Do you think they're good role models, or who could you name that was a good role model and influential in your lives? That's a sports star.
Sports.
It's kind of hard to name somebody.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, I mean, somebody that was genuinely good was. This is my issue that I have with big corporations, big brands, and big names people. All these people buying Jordans. I don't see Jordan in my neighborhood doing shit.
Yeah.
I don't. You know what I mean? I don't see Nike in my neighborhood doing nothing. I don't see Kobe in my neighborhood. He's out in Newport Coast, man. A multi-million-dollar man. He's out where people don't need money. You know what I'm saying? And all the kids over here are camping outside. And then somebody gets the shoes, they didn't get them. They're killing this guy over a pair of shoes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why don't they? Why is it that they're keeping the prices high on all this stuff? Because I just want you guys' input on all that.
Well, I think it's like you put yourself in their shoes. I mean, I'm sure you want to help people, but you can't get to everybody.
Of course.
And you know, like what the cars, like you were saying. I mean, if you were to put yourself in his shoes and you had all his money,
Yeah.
I'm sure you would want to get what you can too. But I mean, it
course.
all comes down to just your preference. I mean, it's one of those where you want to help, and I mean, I would help.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I would too.
But I know I can't get to everybody. So
Personally, and I know this might sound wrong, but personally, it is their money. I mean, they can't
Yeah.
do what it is. When I was younger, when I was in high school, actually, like I'd always be like, "Damn, all these rappers, damn, they got all this money. Like, why aren't they helping the poor people? Why aren't they helping this, that?" But honestly, like, we live in a society where it's you help yourself, you help your own kind, and that's. I always thought that like all the rappers were friends behind closed doors. I thought all the athletes were friends. They're not.
And what's weird is that their money is our money. They only have it because we're buying the tickets. We're buying
the
you know,
T-shirts.
Yeah.
shoes, and it's like
Yep, buying the shoes.
You're watching the game on
Yeah.
TV.
That's why Kobe changed his jersey number, right? So he could
Yes,
get more money.
right.
I mean, that's the way I see it, and
Yeah,
it's messed
probably.
up that I see that, but it's a business move.
yeah, totally a business move.
No, he just want to be better than MJ, so he said 24 instead of 23.
He'll be better than MJ.
He'll
one day.
never be.
Oh, man.
Jordan's got 6 rings.
Oh,
Wait, why am I
come on.
talking about this shit?
Okay,
It's
wait,
pointless.
wait.
I don't have 6 rings.
What about this?
I always tell people, what position do you play? Oh, that's my team right there. We're winning up the score. I'm like, what position are you again? Oh, yeah, I thought you were the water boy, motherfucker.
What about female athletes compared to male athletes in the WNBA, for instance?
Well, see, and that's the other argument is they don't get paid as much as the men do.
They don't get paid
but
anything.
has women ever gotten paid what men gets? I think historically it's been at a disadvantage for a woman.
Yeah.
Nobody watches
think
WNBA.
I mean,
Well, but see, that's why. I mean, they complain they don't get much money, but it's like it's all business. I mean,
Yeah.
if they're not raking in they're not selling the seats, the ratings. I mean, you're not gonna pay them that much. I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
it's just one of those.
But
where
but
it's
what
like,
what about where? Okay, let's get off the court for a little bit. How about where you have a lawyers? So you
Yeah.
have a male lawyer, female lawyer, and from my understanding, from the research I've done, it still seems like there is men are still making more. What's your guys' take on that? What do you think that is? Is that men don't want to see a female doing their job, possibly even better than them, maybe?
I think it's,
Ego?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just how it's just always been, and just kind of people are just used to it. How it's just the guys get paid more. I think
Yeah.
I don't think it should be like that if they're doing equal work.
Yeah.
But I think that's just the way it's just.
Let's face it,
society's-
men are way stronger than women and intellectually way advanced.
Whoa.
Oh,
Well,
whoa.
I've seen some successful female lawyers and
I'm kidding.
doctors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I got hurt, about a year ago. Went to the ER as a female doctor. They make bank.
Yeah.
So I think it's like females feel like they have to work harder to keep up with a man, but if they really put their mind to it, they could do it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. They're looked at as sex objects.
Right,
You're only
right.
about sex. You're supposed to look pretty for us. Answer the damn phones. It's like, yo, they can build their brains. I always said brains are like computers. You can build them. You could add RAM. You could add more gigabytes. You can do a bunch of shit to it. You can get viruses too. So watch what you do to your brain. You know what I'm saying? So
Well, I also feel though that if the man doesn't make enough money to make her be a stay-at-home wife, then she should be able to get a job, and you should treat her with more respect because she is working and she is bringing home some money.
How about let's flip that real quick?
Yeah.
How about when the woman's the breadwinner?
No, I've seen that. Yeah,
I've seen that a
Yeah.
lot more recently, and on one of my
because
things.
it's so hard to get a job nowadays.
Well, one thing that I've noticed personally from my personal, and this is just my personal experience from workplaces, I noticed that most places hire women because women, you can yell at them, you can tell them something, and they might cry about it, but they'll show up to work. You tell a guy that, he'll be confrontational and be like, you know what, homie, fuck you, I quit that, I'm out.
Ain't nobody talked to me like
Yeah,
that.
but
Yeah.
women seem to take abuse more than men, and there was this article I was reading as well, where as men and women age, it seems that women are stronger as they age, where they're able to continue cleaning, continue carrying the kids, continue walking. I mean, just
Yeah.
the other day. At my job, I saw this lady walking with a gallon of milk and maybe like plus 3 bags on each side from Walmart. The Walmart's easily more than a mile away. I was like, damn, that's what mothers do. I mean, they definitely do care about
trust
their
me, I know.
children and stuff. And I think that's one quality that we love in women is that we want to be taken care of sometimes as well, right?
I hate when people say, that guy's got balls. Dude, you kick anybody in the balls, they're going to fall on the floor. Women have vaginas. They got to push out babies. They take a beating sometimes by me. No, I'm just kidding. That's fucking wrong. Wrong.
Whoa.
Right? So it's like these words. I'm going to do a show specifically on words, how twisted words are. We were talking about cute earlier. Words are so fucking manipulated nowadays. It makes no sense why we even discuss words that make no sense at all. So I just had to bring that up, man. Women have the biggest vaginas.
Well, dude, we're putting in words into the actual dictionary like bootylicious. I mean,
Making up words.
well, yeah, pretty much. And this is actually, you could go to a dictionary and they'll have it in there now. Like they added selfie. They're adding all these like slang type words instead of being more.
Is that Webster's dictionary?
Yeah, the Merriam-Webster's dictionary. Instead of being more intellectual and really priding on ourselves more on education, but again,
I'll tell you why. Because
Why is
we
that?
have parents, like Will was saying before the show started, that can't take care of their kids. Therefore, their next generation of kids never had parents. The next generation, so these people are confused people.
that's all they know.
Well,
It's a
I also-
circle.
Go ahead and break that down, Will, about people that have kids that can't afford them. They're just popping out babies.
Well, like the apartment complex I live in, this lady, she is a complete drug addict, but she keeps popping out kids,
Am not.
right or left, and she's always going around asking people for money. The kids are starving, they run amok.
Is
It's
she
like
on Section 8?
I have no idea.
Possibly.
Probably.
I
Yeah.
mean, I don't mean to be stereotypical,
no,
but I
yeah.
mean more than likely.
But I mean, it's like if you know you can't take care of them. I mean, I don't want to have kids until I have my shit together. Of course, I mean, I want a kid. Everybody wants
Everyone
kids
wants a
eventually.
family.
Yeah, but I mean, I want to have a career. I want to have money in the bank.
Smart
I want to have
man.
a house. I want to have a car, a good car that I could put that kid in that's going to be safe.
I thought you said cart.
Yeah, I'll get a car to push him around.
And from your personal experience, how when you grew up, did you have both mother and father as a support system?
No, I didn't. I was going to tell you that too. I think that women in general are so strong because if the guy leaves, they don't need him. They're gonna raise their kids and they're gonna move on no matter what. You know, my dad left at an early age. I think I was about 2 years old, and I didn't meet him until I was 16.
Wow.
I was in high school.
You were probably pissed off too.
Oh man, I
How
have no
did-
respect for him.
Where did you meet him?
Actually, my cousin lives in Vegas, and he came in contact with him. And my cousin called me and it's like, "Hey, I'm on my way down. You want to go to Knott's Berry Farm?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." You know, it was a weekend. I wasn't in school, and I show up to Knott's, and he's like, "Hey," he's like, "I got someone I want you to meet."
No.
Yeah, and I'm looking at him
Damn.
like, "Okay."
Is
you
this
know?
your close cousin though?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
We're very close.
Maybe in his mind he's trying to do something good.
So, you know, he goes, "Oh, let's go get our tickets," you know. So my dad's obviously buying the tickets, you know. He's trying to look at this big shot. Oh, I got all this money. I don't give a crap what you have. Where the hell were you fucking 15
the
years
time?
ago?
Wait,
Yeah.
what did
Yeah.
you say to him though? Because I mean, he wasn't just there
Well, I
at the
didn't-
ticket booth, right? When you saw him before that.
No. My cousin dropped him off at the ticket booth, and you know we went to go. I met him by the parking lot.
Did you know he
'Cause
was
my mom
there?
dropped me off. No,
Oh.
Dang.
no, I didn't.
So this was the first time in like
15 years.
Wow.
And when I was 1, you know, I didn't know who he was. I don't remember him.
Did your mother ever speak about him?
She did, but like I said, she was just so
More focused on you
on
guys.
taking care of us. She worked there were sometimes my mom didn't eat. She
Damn.
let us eat first, and she took the leftovers.
Dang, that's
So
a good
females
mom.
are strong.
Yeah, they definitely are. you know?
Shout out to the moms out there.
No
Yeah.
doubt.
Big
So
ups to AC.
when you met your who's AC?
That's a nickname for my mom. Yeah.
Oh, I thought
her
it was
name's
like an air conditioner.
no.
So
Air conditioner.
That's
So-
her. That's her initials.
what was the conversation like?
So my cousin goes, you know, he goes, "It's someone you haven't seen in a while." He goes, "He wants to be back in your life." I'm like, "No, this can't be." You know, I'm 16. I'm gonna be a junior in high school. I raised myself.
You had to
know?
teach yourself to be a man.
Yeah.
You had to, yeah.
So my dad comes walking up, and I seen pictures of him, so I knew who he was. But my cousin's like, you know, "Hey, this is Mike, your dad," and I didn't say shit. The whole day, I just kind of kept to myself. And my dad's like, "Oh, you want a cell phone?" He's like, "You want me to go buy you some new shoes, some clothes? You want to go out to eat?" He's like, "Whatever you want, I'll buy it." And I looked at him and I said, "I don't need you." I said, "I've gone this far." I said, "I'll be
Wow.
fine."
Wow.
And I
He's
hate
trying
to.
to make up for 15 years
Yeah.
in a day, huh?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
cell phone, whatever you
but,
want.
But would you ever give him the benefit of the doubt that maybe did he ever explain, "Hey, this is what happened," or did he ever try to maybe make amends or?
Well,
or-
I've seen him since. I went to Vegas last year for my birthday, and he was living out there at the time. Now he's on the road because he does construction, so
okay,
he
okay.
travels with his job.
Yeah.
So he called me up and he's like, "Hey," he's like, "You know, I'm gonna be down in, I think he said La Puente or something for some construction job, and Thanksgiving he wants to meet up with me." And I think I've gotten to the point to where even though he left, he's still family.
Yeah.
And I've got to the point to where when I first met him, I was still really immature.
Yeah.
I hadn't grown up yet.
16,
I
right?
was still hurt.
Yeah.
But I mean, now I'm going to be 26 here in a couple months, and my mom's like, "You really got to forgive and forget."
Yeah.
And I mean, that's strong coming from her, what
Yeah.
he did to
No
her.
doubt.
Right.
And she forgave him. So
Yeah.
if she could do it, I could do it.
Of course, and that's brings peace to your life.
I
Yeah.
wanted you to kick his ass.
I
I
want to see a
thought about
UFC
it.
fight. Damn it.
I thought about it, but the reason why he left, and it's actually a good story, is we were living with my we were actually living in a hotel.
Wow.
We didn't have much. My dad was a drug addict. He was an alcoholic. And on one morning, he just got up and took everything. He took
Damn.
the car. He took the money. He took everything.
Damn.
So my mom called my grandpa. My grandpa came pick us up. But I guess my grandpa kind of confronted him and said, "You need to get off the drugs. You need to be a man or leave." And he chose to leave.
Chose to leave.
So
Well, maybe
guess
he
that
didn't
was-
want to be that influence.
Yeah, I guess
for
that
you,
was the
you
right
know?
thing to do.
but he
because-
should have manned up and take care of his children, though.
Right.
Me
Yeah.
and my sister.
But
you know?
again, just like you said,
Yeah.
back then I was in a different mentality.
Right,
I mean,
right.
the drugs is. I mean, I don't know. To
No,
me,
yeah.
me, weed is not a drug. But when you
No.
talk drugs, I'm talking about like coke,
No,
heroin,
yeah, weed's not drug.
you know, fucking meth and whatnot. Because
Yeah.
those things are. I've known people that have done that, and they're not the same. And I mean, they're off the drugs, but you could definitely tell that they're different.
But what that makes me want to do more is that makes me, when I want to have a family, I want to be there.
Yeah,
I
no
want to be
doubt.
the best dad that
No
I could
doubt.
ever be. And it's
No
going to
doubt.
happen one day, but like I said, I want to have my eggs all in one basket.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, for
Smart,
sure.
dude.
So,
And they're going to appreciate that, and hopefully they will turn out.
Why I
History
applaud that, man.
repeats, man. History
Yeah.
repeats. I see it all the time. I see
yeah.
women, their mothers had babies, so therefore they're going to have babies at an early
Right,
age instead
right.
of going to school and opening their brains to the fact that you don't have to settle down. You can reach for the stars. You can go traveling. You can hit the Middle East and do what you want in the Middle East.
Blow that shit up. No,
Bring your Uzis.
but then again, you know, I mean, like, there are people that all they want is a family. They just want to have kids. So again, there is that. Like, for instance, I have huge dreams of things I want to do, and you know, obviously the podcast has been one of them that we're carrying out. But I asked my wife, I'm like, hey, what are your dreams? What are your goals? And she's just like, started thinking, she's like, I want a family. And that's honestly like what she wants. And it doesn't have to be like, oh, I want to be Kobe. Oh, I want to be. So, I mean, there are sometimes, and those are, you know, it's not everybody, but so it kind of made me think like, oh, dang, you know, like that's her goal in life. Like I shouldn't put it down because I don't want her putting my.
Well, if you think
my
about it, a
dreams down.
family is a big goal.
Yeah,
it's a lot of
definitely.
responsibility.
It definitely is.
You know, kids aren't cheap.
Nope.
They're always growing, so you're constantly buying stuff.
Talking back and shit. No.
Yeah, I mean, and for her to say I want a family, that's a big commitment.
Yeah, definitely.
Because kids are forever.
Yeah.
You can't
Can't
give them
return
back.
well, the best, way to not want to have kids is take care of somebody else's.
I always hear that. Yeah.
No, it really is, and like my nieces, I love them to death. But you know, when my sister's coming around, I'm like, "Yo, here's your kids."
Yeah.
Like, all right, time to go home. No, but I love them to death. And a lot of people think I don't like kids. I personally do. I love them. I think they're amazing. They're honest. But again, you have to teach them. If you don't teach them at a young age, and you're sitting there laughing because they said "fuck you" to you or flipping you off, you're just encouraging bad behavior. That they are innocent. They have no knowledge that it's bad or good. But
See, to touch on that a little bit, when my dad left, you know, I couldn't take a piss without my mom knowing. She was so strict on me, but she almost had no choice because there was no father figure. So she had to take both roles. Yeah. And I think that's why I turned out so well. Was because my mom, I wasn't say that she wasn't always on me, but if I went out somewhere, she had to know who, where, when, why.
And I think those are basic questions that parents need to ask and need to know.
It's not just see you later, you know.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
My mom used to say, write down the name of the person you're going to, their parents' name, the phone number, address. I'm like, cool, you know, this mother cares. And she fell into drugs and started to slip in, you know. But
it happens,
having a little bit of structure is good than no structure at all, where you have a gangster father who's teaching you to bang and beat
how to
up
fight and shoot a gun. And
yeah. I was at the swap meet the other day, and this guy walked by with his little girl, and I don't know if it was his brother or her brother or what, but he's like looking at the fake toy guns. He's like, yeah, those are cool right there. And I'm looking, and I'm like just shaking my head like I want to go up and just drop this dude, you know?
Yeah.
Because he's teaching this little girl guns are in, you know? That's what everyone's doing. And it all starts at an early age. It's structure, man. It's building that kid into molding them of what they're going to be in the future. When I ask girls, what do you want to be in 5 years? They go, I don't know. They end up in jail. They end up with too many kids they can't handle. So it's a wake-up call.
But it's one of those things where it's a struggle, because I tell my daughter all the time, like, you don't see it now. Like, I'm asking you to do this, and it's for your own good, and you'll see it when you get to my age. And it's
they don't get it.
Yeah.
Well, they might have the friend, you know, in their ear telling them something else, or maybe their parents that aren't as strict. Because I knew for sure there were certain parents that, like you said, oh, I'll let them do it in my house. Because I remember this was in high school, where they would rent out areas, and the mom was at the party, but I mean the fridge is full of beer. I mean, there's a bunch of 17, 16, 18-year-old kids. I mean, let's say this. Okay, they drink, they leave the party, they fucking crash and die or kill somebody.
Yeah, that's on them.
Right? It's just nuts. And back to the fake guns. You hear about that little kid that 12 years old just got shot by the cops in Cleveland. He was on the swings and pulling out his BB gun, and somebody called the cops like, yeah, he has a gun. It's probably fake, but, you know, and the cops came, and I don't know, man.
Reminds me of the kids on the freeway that just jumped off the freeway the other day, and they were at Knott's Berry Farm, and they were on their way home, and I guess he was swerving. He fell off the ramp, fucking falls off the freeway, explodes. Everyone in the car burned to death except for the driver.
I remember.
Was that
5 people in there? Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
They're from Mission Viejo, right? Some of the kids.
No license, no driver's permit. So they want to know who's in control of that car. Who allowed him to drive that car?
Who loaned him that car?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, and even if the kid took it, like, come on, you should know. And it's kind of tough. Well, you should know what your kids are doing. But honestly, I do feel like you should. I mean, damn.
Kids are sneaky as fuck, though.
Yeah, they are. Well, see, that's another thing is that I think we've all had friends that aren't that great of an influence, but it's kind of the excitement. You're like, all right,
like, you got to let them grow up.
One thing I try to stress is truth. Be honest. Always be honest with me. I'm going to be honest with you. And even with that said, how disciplined I am with my brother and sister, trying to raise them, show them the right way in life, I still caught my brother,
Yeah,
you
you're
know,
still gonna lie.
looking at naked women on his
Oh,
phone.
of course.
You know,
We were all young once.
Yeah.
boys will be boys. No, dude, it's temptation, bro. It was introduced when we were driving down the street and he saw that stripper
Yeah.
thing on the billboard. He thought, I want to check that out. You know, it's introduced to us. When did this start? How long has this been going on? Because last time I recall, I Live Lucy, they were sleeping on different beds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were.
Something
Real talk.
changed, bro.
That was yeah.
Yeah.
Something happened. And I think what happened to the FCC? That's another thing I want to do on the show.
Hijacked.
Right.
Hijacked, just like the FDA, just like every other.
Well-
It's all lobbyists, bro. It's all money.
You were talking about, Will, that you want to see your kid have a better life, having both parents and stuff. Well, what about the kid that did have that and their parents were successful? And hey, I'm going to give you my business now. You're in control of the FCC now. And this kid's like, dude, I want to see naked chicks. Forget the FCC. We're going to lower the standard. And that's how it all creates this big mess that we're in as society. As we grow and relationships are not working anymore. 1 out of 2 marriages last in California. 50% chance that your marriage is going to last, dude. Is it worth it? Is it worth flipping that coin, not knowing what side is it going to be on? I mean, it's crazy.
But I think it's another thing too that the reason it's that way, my belief is that people like to test drive the car before they buy it in a way.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So like I
of
think that
course.
like people are just so used to like, hey, let's meet. Boom, you're having sex. It's like casual. So we're like when you're married, it's just kind of like in their minds, they think it's just like a regular boyfriend girlfriend. We're like, oh, we're just gonna break up. It's easy. And it's like I don't really think people get married for the aspect of religion anymore. Although I think they just get married just to kind of have that person there, and it's the cool thing to do. Because I remember when I was young in the 80s, there was constantly always all these weddings. Religion seemed to play a little bit more, but nowadays, I mean, the Marine or the military can't even have Bibles.
Schools can't even have
Nothing. You
Bibles.
can't even say the
Yeah.
Pledge of Allegiance. Can't say
I
anything
hate
with
that.
God. And personally, I'm against that shit. You know what? Don't come to this fucking country unless you're gonna assimilate. And some people might get mad at me for that, but that's how I truly feel. If you're gonna come here, make an effort to try to learn the language. Make an effort to
just
try
about
to
to
learn
say
the
that.
culture. If not, go back to your fucking country.
Yeah.
Because I'm tired of people coming to America and saying, "Oh, well, I'm sensitive about what you said, this or that." It's like, dude, really? Like, are you serious? Like the illegal immigration thing, for instance. You know, all the kids and all the women that were coming from Guatemala and stuff. Okay, I feel for them. I really do. But who's gonna get? Can I go to the hospital right now and get free health care?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. And these people come here and have kids. Boom, they're getting their paychecks for 18 years.
Off topic a little bit, but look,
No, it's still women, man. It's
when
still
asked,
women and children, bro.
when asked to old people, they were asked how they managed to stay together for 65 years. The woman replied, "We were born in a time where if something was broke, we fixed it. Now, not throw it away."
Mm-hmm.
You know,
That's right.
how many people just throw their phones away? You know, I need a new phone. It's been 6 months now. I got to get the new one. You know, it's like, whoa, slow your shit.
That's true.
Well, you know, I wanted to touch back where you said where did it come from and how long has it been here. I think parents have a certain influence up to a certain point because
Friends come in.
I mean it's all about the
Television.
friends. I think when they're in school most of the time.
I think it's more about what they're seeing. Like the TV is the first thing they see. You had Miley Cyrus, you know, and these kids, these TV shows. Miley Cyrus, when she was a kid, it was like they were in college. They had lockers and they're dressed like they're in, you know,
Wearing makeup.
yeah, makeup. It's like whoa. I said that like 10 times now. Whoa. So was I fucking? I lost my train of thought about this whole thing.
About where it
like the
starts.
friends, because I mean, I like with my daughter, I tell her, you know, all the time, like I don't let her watch certain shows and stuff like that. But when she's in school, I don't know who she's talking to. Those
Yeah.
people might be watching.
That's
those,
where I wanted to go.
those shows, and
And then with the tablets, the iPads,
and
the
she
phones.
feels like she wants to fit in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, of
And
course.
Peer
she
pressure.
just- yeah. And
Dude,
it's
check
just
this
all-
out. What if I made a action figure of myself and I had a DVD to go along with it, and everything that I taught you was kind of funny, but it was also introducing you to the problems of life, and I passed that around to every neighborhood, 1 million of them, every neighborhood, dude. Who do you think would be the influence on kids? I would.
Right.
Everything on television is an influence. You got Barbies, you got G.I. Joes. What does that teach kids?
Yeah.
What is that teaching us as a society as we develop? That Barbies are the way to look. Big titties, skinny waist, pretty little face. G.I. Joes. Go-
Blonde, blue-eyed.
Yeah. Fucking Hitler.
But it's the reality. I mean,
Yeah.
it's the whitewashing of America. I mean, if me personally, I like dark hair. I like black hair, brunette hair. I don't know. That's just my thing. But
What about redheads,
I
man?
feel that's just my personal liking.
Right.
Again, I'm not. But my problem is when I see like a lot of like Hispanics or Latinos like, oh, I'm gonna get green contacts or blue, or I'm gonna dye my hair blonde. It's like, why can't you be happy in your own skin or be happy who you are? Or it's almost like they rip you from your culture. It's like you
Yes.
come out here and they rip you from who you actually are. So you're like, I'm an American, but it's like, oh, I'm a Mexican American. I don't speak Spanish. I don't know where my parents are from, but they have no roots, and it's kind of sad because I see this a lot within my family, friends, and things, and I'm not saying it's bad to dye your hair and want those things, but it's just kind of bad if you're doing it for the wrong reasons.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
What's with the bleaching of the hair and the fucking fake eyes and
Just-
the fake nails and the fake hair too?
Just
Fake,
everything.
fake eyebrows, drawing that shit on. I mean, what's up with that?
Pass me the Sharpie, eh?
Oh, racist. Hey, definitely women need to be themselves. Your natural beauty.
Yes,
That song by
yes.
Immortal Technique is the shit. It's called Natural Beauty. Check
Yes.
it out. When it goes to show you that the TV is mostly run by gay dudes that don't even like women. And they're telling us how to like women. You know, not that I hate on gay dudes. I did a show on that. You can look at that further. But I'm saying the people that run our media more than likely are out to do some shit to us as a society.
They just want money, bro.
Yeah.
It's money. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, why is it that everybody buys cable? Why is it that everybody buys Dish Network? Everybody's
I don't.
buying 18. Well, a majority of people, I mean, if you read the statistics and the facts, everybody has some sort of network, Time Warner, Cox Cable in their home. And we're all paying this money willingly for all this filth and garbage into our home.
Dude,
You know what I'm saying? Like we're doing it, so we should point the finger at ourselves for allowing that shit in the first place. Maybe I should rephrase that. Okay, if you're mature enough and you're doing things, I understand. But there's a lot of homes where the parents are working, the kids have full access to everything,
Yep.
and it's just like you got to blame yourself. I constantly tell my wife, I'm like, cancel that shit. I'm like, all I need is the internet. That's all I need.
Yes.
All I need is internet access, Wi-Fi. I'm good.
Let's ask Eric and Will, can you guys live without cable?
I can't. I'll miss my Lakers. I can't, man.
You're like my uncle, man. Gotta watch the game.
But what about, on the flip side of that, you have Time Warner. You can't watch Dodger games. Let's say you're the biggest Dodger fan. And, you know, and again, it's just crazy. Like, if your network that you have, they're like, you know what? Fuck, we're not going to have Laker games.
Yeah.
Then again, you're paying all this money for what? I mean, for 1,000 channels that are infomercials?
Couldn't you get it on your phone, though? I mean, this technology we have today, do you have to have cable? I mean,
He could plug it into his phone, do an HDMI, stream it off your phone.
Yeah.
Chromecast? You guys heard of
Anything.
Chromecast?
No.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Chromecast is sick because you could put that. It's like a little USB or something. You put it into your TV, and anything that's on your phone or your tablet, you can watch it directly on your TV, which is pretty awesome. But again, I'm not down to anybody that does pay for cable because obviously I have cable too and internet and stuff. But I'm just saying that we are the culprits as well. Like it's
can I
kind
say
of
something
Go ahead.
about having control of the media? You know, we have control. We have the phones now. We have the internet now. This is what I do. You don't have to be like me. I'm kind of like one of those dudes that live in a cave and does what he wants to do. I watch TV what I want to watch. I watch what I want to watch. If I want to watch something on YouTube, I'll pull it up. I like pranks. I like jokes. There's a lot of stuff that we can utilize instead of having someone force feed us what we have to watch. So boring anyway. Commercials and a bunch of
commercials.
I hate commercials.
There's so much stupid shit. It's like, why, Eric? What is the number one reason besides the Lakers you have cable?
You know what? It's just when I'm home, I work.
Flipping
just
through
wanna
the
relax.
channels.
Yeah, it's just there's certain shows.
It's
that
entertainment. I mean,
it's entertainment.
It's entertainment, and there's nothing wrong with that. And
Right.
I understand. For the longest time, I always used to speak down on people, but it's true. People are working all fucking day doing that. You want to just get home and just fucking relax. It's like the same thing with video games. I just want to relax, bro. I want to get away from the reality for a minute, and I just want to just be in my own
Blow
little
some
zone.
shit up.
But the thing is, you could willingly know, like, hey, this stuff is probably garbage, but you know that, but you're watching it. But it's like me. I mean, there's shows I watch, Family Guy, South Park. Sometimes I just want to laugh a little bit, or The Simpsons and things like that. And I like watching. I don't know. I watch different types of things too. I personally like watching the news, even though it is kind of skewered sometimes. But like last night, I was watching the Obama address the other day that I mentioned off the air. Was like 3 of the media giants didn't even show him.
Right.
That's very disrespectful. I think when it's your president, and the main thing was because the topic was immigration. You know, but it's just crazy.
Can we talk about Ferguson?
Yeah, definitely. Are you guys aware of what's going on right now?
Yeah, he didn't get indicted, right?
Oh, who didn't get indicted?
The police officer, right?
Yeah,
Darren Wilson.
Darren Wilson, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's kind of crazy because a lot of these kids out here, they're marching and stuff, and even in our neighborhoods.
In LA, everywhere, yeah.
And I could feel them. I have mixed feelings because I'm for the whole idea of protesting for something you disagree with. Now, the damage and the fire
Nonviolent
and
protest.
Little Caesars on fire, I'm like, yo, that's pizza, man. No, dude.
There's my $5 pizza, bitch.
And they went up to one of the protesters and like, why are you doing this? And he's like, yeah, man, it ain't right, man. That man was killed. And I'm like, wait, but was he killed because he was chasing at a cop? He was trying to grab the cop and disarm him.
Right.
You know, that's, to me, you should be able to shoot somebody if they're trying to take your gun away, dude.
Oh, absolutely. It's protocol.
It's
protocol.
Standard police textbook procedures.
It is.
Police shoot to kill. I
Yeah.
mean, let's straight
But
up.
it's not even that. I mean, if you're not a cop and someone's trying to mess with your family or something,
no
I mean,
doubt.
you
Right.
defend them.
Now,
I mean,
what
it's-
their argument is that he was not doing that, and the police officer shot him 6 times. You know, and instead of tasing him, he could have used different types of resources, couldn't he?
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah, but sometimes if you taste someone, it just pisses them off even more.
Where was his
Yeah.
backup at though? Why?
But then again, has anybody here shot a gun?
Yeah.
I have, yeah.
Have
course.
you shot a gun?
Yeah.
Okay. The thing about shooting a gun, though, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
It's pretty hard to hit a target on
Right.
point. So I
Yeah.
mean, shooting 6 times might
That ain't
sound
nothing.
that's really nothing.
That's
I mean,
nothing.
that's not a lot.
Because a round has 16 in it. Six
com-
bullets is nothing.
And not only that, we could be right here, and I heard if they're shooting at you, the best thing to do is zigzag,
Right.
because it's harder to shoot somebody like that. But that's just one point I wanted to bring up.
Yeah, and we're a
Continue.
little drifting off, but I think it does make sense about talk about men and women. Who has it worse? You know, these male African Americans. I see a lot of this stuff on Facebook. Feel like they're they're mistreated.
They're 23 times more likely to be shot by a police officer if you're African American.
Statistically.
Yeah, statistically in America, it's not Trayvon Martin. Look at that, and that wasn't
Yeah.
even a cop.
Yeah.
That
And
was,
they are minorities. Like they're the less of the population. The Caucasians are the most, and then I think Hispanics were starting to take over now, even though you can't
But-
really find
But,
everyone.
but my problem is this: where's the anger when you got the gang members that are black on black crime? Where's everybody marching for that?
Oh, of
Where's everybody
course.
marching for the Hispanic gangs banging on the Hispanic gang, the Asian gang on the? Where is it? You don't see that, and that's what really angers me. Is that like, okay, if you're gonna have a double standard and only go towards the cops because he's white or this or that, I don't know the full details. I wasn't there. What I do think was wrong was leaving the body out there for hours, uncovered, for people to see. That just demonstrates, I'll fucking kill you.
Was it ours?
Yeah.
Damn.
Hours.
That's
bro.
wicked.
See, so there's certain protocol things that I think they didn't do correctly. Just like, for instance, last night, I really disagree with the media. The media was all posted. You had all the media giants out there, whereas before, the first time when it happened, you had like RT, InfoWars, and they're getting gas. They're getting guns in their face. I'll fucking shoot you. And these are cops. Where were they at? Did you notice that everybody that looked like a criminal and violent goon was all African American?
Yeah.
The cops did nothing last night. They let them go on a rampage to show that. But when they were showing all the cops being aggressive and all that, the big media giants weren't there. So it's kind of like a double standard.
And I don't want to choose sides, but
I'm not choosing sides,
I didn't say
yeah.
you were,
Yeah.
but the media is so damn powerful.
Yeah.
And
Too powerful.
5 corporations run the show. Big corporations. They are the ones that pump this into our televisions. So when I see this on the news, CNN, Fox, and all that, all I think about is how they're dividing us. They're splitting the races.
Of course.
They're not bringing us together. What they're doing is making more people angry that are ignorant. I'm going to say this shit out loud. Those African Americans out there, they're pretty ignorant because they don't know about what was really going down. You know, they had witnesses stating, oh, yeah, there was about 9 to 12 bullets shot. I heard it. I know I heard 12. And then the autopsy shows 6.
Right.
You know, it's like, whoa. Maybe there could have been some misses. I don't know. But what I'm trying to say is that this is just stirring shit up. It's not bringing us together, and it's not going after the real culprits of who's running the show.
Yeah.
They just want to hear what they want to hear. And
Yeah,
True
and
that.
it's like
That's
African American. We're black and we're
But-
proud. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
The thing is, educate yourself on what you're fighting for. Because if you're fighting for a big dude who could have possibly been stealing something out of a liquor store, going rushing a police officer, you're going the wrong way, dude. That guy
Yeah.
was not an innocent kid. You know, you
Yeah.
see his Facebook pictures of him
Yeah.
flipping you off, like.
You're asking for trouble if you run for a cop.
Well, one thing that I do want to say to counter that in a way too, there was 2 groups. There was the violent anarchist people that probably came from other towns, other places to just to fuck
Cause
shit
havoc,
up.
yeah.
Exactly. And then you did have the peaceful demonstrators
Yeah.
that so you did have different ones. I did see where they interviewed an African American lady, and she was there with 2 of her children, and they're like, what are you doing here? Why are you here? She's like, I'm here to show my children to learn about the judicial system
Yeah.
in America and to be aware of what can happen based on, just to learn. She didn't even say anything about going to color. And she was, I want them to learn that this is what it is. And it was a peaceful demonstration where they were at and stuff.
That's
and
why I have mixed emotions,
Yeah,
because
it's
I'm seeing
tough.
this and
It's
I'm like,
tough.
yeah, man, protest, because if shit pops off, we're going to have a martial law. We're going to need that anger. We're going to need that strength. But what we're not going to need is...
be smart about it.
Yes, we're not going to need the violent ones, the ones that are burning down the cop cars and all that. Dude, Martin Luther King said it the best. Civil disobedience. Civil. You got to be civilized, man. You can't be an animal because they're going to put you in a cage like an animal. We have the highest incarceration in America. We are number 1, and we're only, 5% of the world's population.
Yeah. Well, you know how we're speaking about female and male in America, but again, I mean, it goes off into other things. Are you an African American male? a Hispanic male, a white male. So there, it kind of goes off into these other things. You know what I mean? It gets very complex and very complicated sometimes. So I know we're generalizing here, speaking males and females, but there definitely is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it does take into account how they're perceived in society. Like, I mean, there's sometimes where the way I'm dressed right now, when I have my sweater on, I could walk into a store or walk somewhere and people look at me different compared to where if I'm wearing a button-up shirt, have my hair done, and you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, they just
culture.
perceive me different. And I mean, I'm so used to being people showing prejudice towards me.
You just said a great thing, Eric. You said culture. What does that word mean? Cult? Sure. It's a cult. We're in a cult. We're shaped a certain way to think. And until we can break away from that and start looking at people not by what the color of their skin or what they're wearing, but by their character. But that doesn't mean you can wear these big old fucking jerseys and your head shaved bald with tattoos all over your head and not think people are going to think you're crazy.
Judge you, yeah.
Because you're fucking crazy, man. I'm sorry.
Well, it goes like this song that one of my buddies made. We recorded, and he had a verse that went like, he's all, if you judge a book by a cover, then you'll never read. And that really stuck with me because I was like, that's very powerful. I was like, wow, I'm all,
That's deep.
and he's African American, and he was just telling me, he's like, Mike, he's like, dude, he's like, you have no idea what it's like to be black in Orange County. And they actually make up, I think, 2% of people in Orange County, California, which is very low considering that we're right below Los Angeles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a intriguing statistic, but yeah, man, it definitely is. It's different. But what do you guys feel about like the military, with women in the military? Do you think that they have the equal rights and opportunity that they could fight? I think somebody was saying earlier that they tried joining the Marines, but they didn't make the cut.
Females aren't allowed to go in the fields in battle.
At all.
No.
At all.
No, it's just
Okay.
men.
And before, they couldn't even be in the military.
Right. And also, I know in the Marines or the Army and the Navy, because I was in JROTC in high school, when they do like their physical test for the PT,
They're easier.
they're easier and they let them get away with more stuff. So
You could do push-ups on your knees.
So right, and what I don't get about that is like if you're gonna let a female join the military, but you're gonna give her an easier way out, then why let them be in the military? I mean, don't get me wrong, women could do some cool things.
It's like lowering your standards.
Yeah, but it's like if these men are kicking their ass every day, they're getting their ass beat, they're running, they're doing 1,000 push-ups a day, and women come in and be like, oh, you know, you don't have to do this, you don't have to do this, then, you know, GTFO, get the fuck out.
Yeah, and not only that, we hear about a lot of rape in the armed forces.
yeah.
I mean, I know that's been a hot topic. It doesn't. I feel like the media doesn't give it enough attention. But
Should we divide these things? Should we, in schools, do you guys believe in separating? Doesn't your daughter go to a private school?
She did, but she goes to public school now.
do you see any major difference?
Oh, way.
Yeah.
I mean, they let them get away with, I mean, a lot of
Dress
stuff.
code,
Dress
huh?
code,
Yeah.
yeah. Dress code is way different.
Do you think separating is a better thing to do? I mean, having the girls go to a girls' school, having the boys go to a boys' school?
No, because I mean, I want her. I mean, it's part of life, you know. It's part of growing up is to learn, you know, about
Social
the opposite
skills.
sex. Yeah. social
Face it, you
skills.
can't afford it, bro.
Yeah, I know.
That
But,
shit must be pricey.
Yeah, but I mean, it's important. I mean, I think maybe, you know, uniforms maybe would probably be good.
You know, I'm all for uniforms. I
Yeah.
really think it's better because that way, he's got the Jordans and I can't
Yeah.
afford it. Everybody's more like the same, and I think that's what this country needs to go back to. Not communism type shit, but like where everybody kind of does need to be like, hey, you know what? We're the same.
Yeah.
Don't think you're better than me because you're rocking some FUBU or some
Right,
shit.
exactly.
You know?
Fubu.
Well, what I think is if you separate them, then that's going to make them want the opposite sex more. Because if
Ah.
you
Like all
see
Catholics.
another, if you're with dudes all day, then
Good
you're going to
point.
want to go out and find a girl.
Good
like,
point.
Man, I've been around with these guys all day. Now I'm going to go get myself a girl. So you got to keep them together because if you separate them, it's just going to make things worse.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
I
That's
disagree.
that's a valid point.
I like
can
the
see
point
it.
you said about the separation, how they'd want it more. You know?
Right.
It's like that kid whose parents are Catholics and they always teach the word, and then they're like, I don't want to be a Catholic. Like
No,
Katy
absolutely.
Perry is a
Yeah.
prime example of that. And now she's just spilling out filth.
Well, her parents
Yeah.
were what? Christians, right?
Yeah,
these
yeah.
are pastors.
Pastors, yeah.
She was straight up started in the choir and things
Right.
like that.
And now she just regrets them
And-
because.
and I think that's what happens sometimes is when parents are too hardcore on their
Absolutely.
parents. It's just like, dude, your kids are gonna rebel. They're gonna rebel. They're gonna revolt. This is the funniest thing is like in front of their parents, there's this little angel, but then you go party or something, or you catch them at a club. You're like, wait a minute, like,
aren't your parents pastors?
like
Yeah.
I think
somebody
what
blackmail this bitch. No, I'm
Hey, I
just
think with
kidding.
parents, like, they need to go through a struggle. Like, the reason why I have such a tight bond, even though my brother and sister are not my kids, we have such a tight bond because, like Will, we were homeless at one point. We didn't have nothing, you know. We live in motels, jumping from Motel 6 to Motel 6, and that brought us closer, you know, because we appreciated more. And I think for parents out there, I think they should actually go through some trials and tribulations. Turn off everything in your house, no electricity. Hey, we're not going to eat for the whole day. You're going to feel what it's like not to survive. You're going to feel the suffering. You're going to feel the pain, and it's going to bring us closer. Misery brings
That's deep right there.
Yeah, misery brings us closer. And the same thing with relationships, man. You got these couples, they have no appreciation for each other. It's how good do you look, how great do you smell. Hey, let's suffer for a little bit.
Right.
Why don't me and you go through some shit, you know? And that's what brings people closer. You think of those movies when the woman needs to be saved by the dude, and then they save and they're kissing, and it's like so romantic. Like, do some shit like that. Do some practices, man.
You know,
get closer to your couple.
it's crazy you bring up the thing about the movies because we always see superheroes. They're always male dominated.
Right.
Dang.
More than
Superman,
likely.
Batman.
Everything is always male dominated. I
Right.
mean, most of the movies you see, I mean, the main actors are mostly male. I mean, I'm trying to think of a movie where it just had like a strong female figure in it.
Angelina Jolie.
just that,
Okay, she has a few. Yeah,
The Avengers, Black Widow, maybe. I mean, she's
Yeah,
not
but
like
that's a
the
group.
main. She's not the main.
That's a group.
yeah.
Bridesmaids.
But I heard that they were
That big
even
girl.
I heard they were even gonna make Thor like into a woman or something, just to
All buff.
yeah, like they were
All
even
buff
they
and
were
shit.
even gonna, they're gonna start making a lot of like
Like
a lot of these a lot of these action heroes like females and stuff. It's kind of like with Legos. I don't know. I love Legos. Legos was getting a lot of slack because they weren't making anything that was directed towards girls. But they were saying that like, hey man, like really, like I mean, so they started making the pink Legos and shit like
Right.
that. But then again, it's like, what do you do if you're in the shopping aisle and your little boy wants to pick out the pink Legos? I mean, you gonna let him? I mean, he's.
Smack 'em.
I mean, he's a
I
little.
wouldn't.
He's a little kid, man.
Right,
You know?
right.
Or you know, they say the thing. I think on one of our previous shows, they're talking about like, oh, guys want to play with the dolls because that's what they want. They want the female, you know.
Boobies.
And I was like, I was like, well, I could see that in a way. You know, that's a good argument. I never thought of it that way.
You
Whereas,
just
like,
reminded me of Hank Hill and Bobby Hill, you know, from the
Oh,
King of the
yeah,
Hill.
I
how
love
he-
that show.
He always wants his kid to play football and stuff, and he's like, "No, Dad."
yeah,
He's like this loser.
well, I think that's another thing that maybe pushes kids from their parents is that
Right.
the parents want to live their dreams through their kids. So they try to push all that. Oh, I went to Harvard. You're going to Harvard. You know, you're
Well,
gonna be a lawyer.
I can see that now because I want my daughter to play sports. She just wants to be a dancer.
not Kobe,
She
bro.
wants to dance.
She's not Kobe.
And it's
Well, I
funny
think-
because I put her in baseball. She didn't like it. And it's
Well,
like,
that's
man,
because that's what you want.
right, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Well, I think it's crazy too because like you put their 5-year-olds on like Pop Warner football and flag football, and then they turn out to like hate it. It's like,
Yeah.
well, you fed it to them when they were only 5 years old.
And not only that, I mean, one thing that I think we're talking about off the air in regards to the sports is all these young kids that are dying on the field.
Yeah.
I mean,
Being
12
pushed
years
too
old,
much.
13, 14. Yeah, they're just pushing them to the limit, pushing them to the limit. I like watching a show. It's called Wife Swap.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys ever heard of
Oh
that?
yeah.
watch it,
My
yeah.
mom watches that.
Yeah, I just like it because
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
a-
so,
it's a good show.
It's so funny, you know. You have these people that are probably in a ranch and then they come to the suburbs or vice versa or whatever. But yeah, you see sometimes where it's like, dude, you push your kid so much you don't even know what your kid wants. Da, da, da. Do you ever sit down and discuss with it? And then when they're at the end where it's both parents and they're just like really like, whoa, you know what? You're making a point. You're making me angry, but I'm angry at myself for not doing something. You know, so I think
I want to
it's
counter
cool.
that because what do kids want? They don't know what the fuck they want. I want candy, and it's like, dude, they don't know what they want. We got to teach them what they need.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
good.
Well, in my regards, it's like when the parents were pushing like baseball on them or gymnastics, and they're just like, "Well, do you want to do this?" And they're like, "Well, not really, but my dad wants it." You know, that's what I'm referring
I'm
to.
trying to teach my sister to go up and like ask for things. Like we're at a restaurant, go and get some ketchup. Go ask for some extra ketchup. You want an extra?
Does she ask you to get?
Well, she's just shy.
Yeah.
She's the one to go up and talk because she's like a little. I'm like, just because you're little doesn't mean you don't have a voice.
Yeah.
You can
Right.
still speak just because they're
like
an adult.
that.
You might be smarter than them. They
That's a
work
really
at a
good
restaurant.
point.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
I'm
sorry,
kidding.
all you waitresses out there.
My bad, ladies. Please do not.
Our humor is a little skewed. And But you know what? That's one of the things that I love about this show and just life in general is that I've really learned to just laugh at things, and you got to be able to laugh at yourself and everything,
Oh,
you know.
of
Because if
course.
you can't have humor, you're just gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, he just disrespected
Yeah.
every waitress
Yeah.
out there."
Got a
It's
stiff
like,
noodle out there.
I make fun of everybody, dude.
Everybody.
Gays, blacks, whites,
I
Mexicans,
make fun
Chinese.
of myself, everybody.
Oh yeah.
I got a little Chinese bit right here. So when you were at the Chinese place
Yeah.
getting your grub, man, you should have told that person. Who were you angry at again?
What?
You were at the Chinese getting Chinese food, and something happened with your mom, and you were gonna get some grub.
No, he bought food for
I
the
bought
lady
food for
that
a
was-
homeless person.
Oh, whatever. You should have told that Chinese person.
Suck on these little tiny nuts. How'd that sound?
So yeah, man. Thank you guys for coming on the show. We got 10 more minutes. What would you guys like to tell people out in the world right now about relationships? What could you tell them from your personal experience? Well, we didn't even get into any of your fucking 20 girls that you've dated.
Whoa.
Wait. They always say,
as he's texting them.
right?
Yeah, I know.
No.
They always say you should times it by 3. How many girls you dated? So 20 times 3. Damn,
Damn.
dude. I don't even know math, but damn.
It's 60, by the way.
60. Yeah. Whoa. What can you tell us, man?
Just to let you know.
From
You
your mistakes, your experiences.
You know, I've learned. I think the biggest thing I've learned, and Eric's kind of helped me realize that, is you can't. If a girl's mad, you gotta just leave them alone. Because if you nag them, it's just gonna piss them off more and push them away more. So if you get in an argument and you get upset, just give them their time and they'll get over it.
God, that sounds like the worst advice ever, man.
No, it's true, because I've gotten into arguments with girls and I call them like, "Hey babe, I don't want to fight. Can we talk about this?" She'll be like, "Just give me my time. We'll talk soon." You keep bugging her more, she's gonna
They get
push her
more mad.
away.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
It's true.
maybe
It's
I don't
true.
understand women, but from a logical sense, I would see it as an experience
Well-
of let's talk about this.
What was I
No,
saying earlier? Men are more logical.
Yeah,
And-
and-
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's what I've been
So
telling him. Like,
Years.
you can't.
You can't.
4 years
You're not
already.
gonna get through. So
Just let 'em be.
Just let them be, man.
Let them
Like,
be, bro.
Well, I love
Yeah.
Eric's saying, and I'm gonna say this on the air. He goes, "You wake up and you're always wrong. From the minute
Yeah.
you wake up, you're wrong."
I'm barely learning that. I've been married 2 years.
You can learn a lot from this guy.
Well, like Willy Wonka said,
Wrong, sir. Wrong.
You
Wow.
get nothing.
you get nothing, you lose. What about you, Eric? What can you tell us about women and men that we should do to better ourselves, to have a
And how to win in court.
Oh,
Who was your lawyer?
just in case. No, I mean, honestly, dude, the biggest thing is you got the way you treat a girl is the way, like, for me, like the way I want my daughter to be raised. It's the same way I want to
Yeah.
treat women. Because it's
treat them the way you want to be treated.
Respect,
yeah, absolutely.
bro.
Put it in my butt. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh no.
Hey,
Sorry,
what-
ladies.
What is this thing about females, man? They got to get their makeup on. They're like, females be like, "I ain't ready yet. Close the door." And they look like a fucking monster and shit.
3 hours later, they came out the same.
Oh man. But I also want to say, man, just like live every day like it's your last. People are dying every day. You never know what's
True.
gonna happen.
True.
And
Beautiful.
I always say that if there's someone
True.
in your life you're not talking to, try to make contact with them, because if you don't fix it, you may never get a chance to.
And you have great personal experience on that
Yeah.
too. So yeah.
So I mean, whether it's a family member, an old friend you lost contact over a stupid fight, there's bigger things in life than that.
She didn't like my picture on Facebook.
I unfriended her and blocked her.
You guys got to get rid of selfies, man. It's selfish, is what it is.
Well,
Yeah.
what's up with those duck faces?
Oh,
Oh,
God.
man.
it's kissy.
Yeah. It looks like they're trying to fart. I don't know.
Hey, you need some laxatives or something.
Well, let's
It's
ask
funny because it is the girl or the woman that kind of runs things, in a sense, and
who wears the pants, you or your girl, man. What
Well,
the fuck?
that's the thing. That's a wise woman told me, I might wear the pants, but she wears the belt.
Oh my God.
So
That's right.
and it's kind of true.
That was loud as fuck.
You just gotta stick with that and just let it be.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, no
guess.
doubt, no
I
doubt.
guess I'll never know, man, because I'm the dude that this is my brain. I gotta be the old-fashioned male. I go to work. I supply the food. I pay the bills. You are the woman who takes care of the clothes, the dishes, all that shit. And it
Yeah.
sounds fucked up. But
Times have changed, bro.
Well, I hate
Yeah.
to say this, but if you look in the Bible, that's in the Old Testament. People didn't cut their hair because.
You need to upgrade your Bible, bro.
Yeah. No, it is though. In the Old Testament, it said that the man was a breadwinner, the female cooked, clean, she took care of you in the bedroom. But nowadays, it's so much different because cost of living went up. If you could be a doctor or a lawyer, fine. But if you just have a basic job, you almost need 2 people to work nowadays just
Yeah.
to eat,
And I
just to make a
understand that.
car payment.
Real talk.
I guess my point is that like the woman knows that
She knows her place, yeah.
for her man.
Right, of course.
And the man knows his place for the woman.
Right.
I'm going to be there for you. I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to protect you.
Of course. But I mean, if you guys both work, you know, maybe I don't say you have to cook dinner, but you know, help her clean up.
Oh, yeah,
Take
yeah,
out the
yeah.
trash. You know,
I guess
go,
it sounds
put
very-
gas in her car, clean her car for her. You know?
Beautiful. Yeah, and
Word
that's
up.
what I'm
Word
talking
up.
about. I guess
Yeah.
it sounds selfish when I said that. You know,
Right.
I'm the man.
No. I'm not trying to get at you, but I'm just saying.
Don't get at me, man.
I personally feel like every relationship is 50-50.
Absolutely.
Like it needs to be 50-50 from the beginning. Like I don't know how many times I've said this story, but when I was dating my wife, when she was actually my girlfriend, I was like, yo, baby, I'm going to take you to my favorite store ever. 99-cent store. And she just kind of looked at me like, you for real? I'm like, yeah, I'm for real. Like, come here, look, I could, you know, I love the store. I can buy anything I want in here. That's how life should be. It's just so crazy with brands and this and that. But it just went to go show you, like, that she, even though that wasn't like her type of thing, she just kind of like learned something new. Like, wow, I didn't know they had all this stuff in here or whatever. But one thing that I really want to stress out there is that I really feel that opposites attract. And because if you're the same type of people, it's not going to work.
You're gonna get at each other.
Yeah, you're just gonna. Yeah, you need the balance. So
Right.
I honestly believe in the balance of things, and the 50-50 rule is awesome, because if not, it's going to be very difficult to kind of expect something from somebody who hasn't given anything to a relationship, whether it be monetarily or emotionally or responsibility wise, whatever it may be. So you really need to kind of discuss this since the beginning. Like, if you don't want kids, let them know since the beginning. Don't woo them, have them fall in love with you, get married, and be like, you know what, I don't want kids, I just got a what was it called for guys, vasectomy, or what's vasectomy, where it's like,
you get fixed.
Yeah, you get fixed, you know. So like you just really gotta, you know, be clear, be concise about what you want, what you expect, and what you're willing to offer and what you're willing to give. Put it all on the table. Don't be fake. Don't be just trying to get the booty in the pants, man. And I think that's the problem.
It's funny that you said that, because I was dating this girl one time. I think we were dating for almost a year, and she opened up to me one night, and she told me she didn't want to have kids. I'm like, you're barely telling me this a year in?
Damn.
I'm like, you know, I want to have kids.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm sorry, but I can't be with you. And she hates me, but I'm like, I'm being real with you. I want to have a kid.
Why waste time?
And I mean, if you don't want to have a kids, I can't keep moving on with you.
Well, what's
and
the
I hate to say that,
Dude,
but
that's a perfect chick, bro.
no, but the basis of a relationship to be
Right.
with somebody is eventually to hopefully be together for the rest of your life. I
Right.
mean, that's the way I've seen it. And I know I've been in long-term relationships prior to getting married, and personally, like, I don't think it's that hard to be faithful and to be truthful to somebody, as long as you click and they're going to be doing the same thing for you. You know, like, I honestly want to believe and trust in my wife. There's times where I'm not going to be with her and she's not going to be with me, but she has to trust me and I have to trust her. If not, I wouldn't have got married. I wouldn't have invested my time. And that's one thing I told her since the beginning. Even now, I'm like, you know what? If you're not happy, let me know. Like, every so often, be like, hey, you happy? You good?
Right.
That
Like,
sucks, though. You have to
gotta
keep checking
talk.
up, though, man.
You have to, bro.
Yeah.
You have to,
Oh, that's
because
smart though.
I wanted
to.
to mention about me, because I've been raising kids forever since I was small. I'm the oldest of 8, dude. 8 fucking kids.
Damn.
And just seeing the development of kids, man, I asked myself, yeah, you know, I want to be with this girl. Yeah, so awesome. She's gorgeous. But if I get her pregnant, she might not be so gorgeous afterwards, you know? And then I'm thinking, can I take care of babies all over again? I don't want to do this shit again. I've been doing it my whole life. But then I see people walking in with their kids, and I'm like, man, I wish I could do that, you know? But then who wants to change stinky ass diapers, you know? So it's like this nonstop teeter totter. It's just like,
But you're gonna have a little mini me, Lou.
Hey,
You
but
know what I'm saying?
hello, I'm Louis.
diapers aren't forever though. They do get potty trained, so you just got to
they
get through that part.
Unless
They
I
might,
get hit by a
they
car.
might pee in your bed, but
I think I got something for that. The dripping sound. Yeah, that took a while. Anyway, thanks again, dudes, for coming in.
No worries.
no
Thank you
doubt.
for having us.
Open Your Minds podcast, and we're out like that. Carmen, take it away, bro.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, guys.
hey, thanks for coming through, guys.
Take it easy.
Good conversation, man. Good conversation, bro.
I see the questions in your eyes. I know what's weighing on your mind. You can be sure I know my heart. I stand beside you through the years. You only cry those hands.